nice little evening and just seeing who can get to the end.
All right, well, you guys got to go get to the booth. And Adam, we got pre-race ceremonies here for the Xfinity race at Charlotte coming up here on the CW. We'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
At Ace, explore the full lineup of Weber grills. The Weber Spirit Gas Grill, Searwood pellet grills for searing and smoking, and the rust-resistant Weber Slate Griddle. From burgers to breakfast, Ace is the place for your perfect Weber grill. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
If you feel like you're on the wrong road with your finances, Credit Karma can help you push through to a better place with personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more, so you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Now I gotta pee.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to Tahini?
I want everything loves off.
I made the decision to move here and be with you. I'm happy with that choice. Finally gonna meet Cal's parents.
Now he wants to talk. Welcome home, son.
Big stars, the celebrity news.
I mean, who does it better?
31 seasons of Extra.
Extra, weeknights at 5 on CW6.
Meldrum's Paint invites you to check out our new location on Cascadilla Street in Ithaca, where you'll find your favorite brands like Benjamin Moore.
Alright, what is up, motherfuckers and party people? How the hell is everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a great fucking day. Because I sure am.
Which automaker
Make sure, oh fuck.
hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's
Perfect.
a commitment
Perfect,
Ford
perfect.
dealers share by offering employee pricing of
What's up, motherfuckers and party people? How the hell is everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a great fucking day. Today we have the Xfinity race from Charlotte. It's the Bet MGM 300 from Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord, North Carolina.
The life you knew, gone. Bills, lost work.
This race will be starting in about 20 minutes. What's up, Chucky? How you doing? Chucky, you made this weird, like, comment the other day that was super, like, eerie and, like, didn't have any explanation, and then you just left. Do you care to explain yourself?
When your accident's severe, just get here.
Do you care to explain yourself?
Finding a quality roofer can be tough.
And a little invasive.
Taylor Gray is on the pole for this race. The race will start at 4:40. That's when the green flag is. It's a 200-lap race, so 300 miles around a mile-and-a-half track. Stage 1 is 45 laps. Stage 2 is also 45 laps, so that'll end at lap 90. And then the final stage is 110 laps. That'll be the final 110 laps. The fuel run is 59 to 65 laps. So in the first two stages, you would not have to pit under green, but in the final stage, you would.
On this beautiful afternoon on Memorial Day weekend. And as we talk about Charlotte, this marks the halfway point for the Xfinity Series in the regular season. And one team who's hoping to turn their season around.
It's looking cloudy.
16 of Christian Eckes. This team
Hopefully we don't see any rain. I don't think we were.
There's
any scheduled yet, no.
He comes into this race 3 consecutive finishes of 23rd or worse.
Yeah, definitely would not have been able to stream the rest of that game because it's still happening. I think they're about to head into the 10th inning. Or they're tied in the bottom of the 9th. Red Sox.
So we'll see what he can do this afternoon.
5-5. So yeah, I definitely would not have been able to complete that game, unfortunately.
Here, including a third last year. There's also some good vibes with this team. Despite an 18th place finish last time out at Texas, that doesn't tell the whole story. They fought hard to rebound from an early crash to get back into the top 5 before being collected again later. Crew Chief Philip Bell said that's exactly the kind of effort we need every week, and we saw what happens when you fight all day. They'll fight from mid-pack track today, Carla.
Marcelo Meyer is trying to leave Polar Park, but he cannot find his car keys. Oh my God.
Xfinity and the Cup race. He said he's ramped up physicality all week. He almost feels 100%, but he's ready for his first Charlotte Oval. And as we get ready to start today's pre-race ceremonies, Golden Corral would like to take a moment to thank our nation's heroes. It is a privilege to serve those who serve. And this Memorial Day weekend, Golden Corral would like to take a moment to honor those who have sacrificed for our country. We salute them and their family members. Let's head out for the pre-race ceremonies at Charlotte.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as you're able. Remove your hats and veterans render a hand salute as the UNC Charlotte Air Force ROTC Honor Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome President and Senior Chaplain of Motor Racing Outreach, Billy Malden.
Heavenly Father, as we rise up to recognize your presence in our lives, Lord, today and this weekend we do so, remembering all of our Gold Star families and their loved ones. Father, we pray that your peace and your grace and your presence would be with them. Watch over our drivers, teams, officials, Lord. Bless everybody today with a great day, safe day of racing. It's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome vocalist from the United States Air Force Heritage of America Band, Senior Airman Danielle Hedrick.
So proudly we at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
America. There you go, America. Because you didn't want to.
Golden Corral has supported our veterans for over 2 decades through military appreciation.
Said something about how you didn't want to be in a few streams.
Active duty service members.
That's all right. And then you made another comment. I only started to read it before you retracted it. I mean, if you don't want to be in every stream, that's totally understandable. You made it sound like you were going away for a long time, like you were being, like you're about to start like a 20-year prison sentence or something.
A moment this Memorial Day weekend to remember those who have sacrificed for our country.
I just wanted to make sure you were doing all right, you know.
What does it mean for Texas A&M University to stand with our veterans?
Honoring those who answer the call of duty has been at the core of who we are since 1876.
We're developing leaders of character,
Training the next generation of military doctors.
and working to fulfill the nation's promise to never leave a serviceman or woman behind.
We foster an environment where veterans thrive
And where loyalty,
integrity,
And selfless service.
are more than just words.
because at Texas A&M,
We proudly
We
stand.
proudly
we
stand.
proudly stand.
But I'm happy
with
that
those
you're
who
doing
have
all right.
served.
You are doing all right, right?
reaching your financial goals can feel impossible. Credit Karma gives you personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more, so you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Cerakote revolutionized car care with its #1 best-selling rapid ceramic paint seal. The unmatched gloss, slickness, and shine that you love now comes with an industry-leading 50-wash guarantee.
Introducing Cerakote's next-generation paint sealer, Rapid Ceramic Platinum. Just spray it off and lightly bump it to get incredible shine and professional results that will help your car stay cleaner longer. Look at the difference. With over 60,000 5-star reviews, you can trust Cerakote. Buy today for under $20.
should I wash my dress?
You should use a delicate cold cycle.
Okay. Do I just put it in?
Remember to turn it inside out to protect the sequins.
Can I put it in a dryer?
The icon on the tag says no.
Oh, thank goodness I asked. They just saved day-night.
At Ace, explore the full lineup of Weber grills. The Weber Spirit Gas Grill, sear-wood pellet grills for searing and smoking, and the rust-resistant Weber Slate Griddle. From burgers to breakfast, Ace is the place for your perfect Weber grill.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to tahini?
38 cars are queued up on pit road, ready to do battle here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we're ready to drop the green flag on the Bet MGM 300. Clear.
Tries to pull the slider, guys. AJ wasn't putting up with it. Paul Custer to 0-0 up in the defense really hard. Austin Hill behind him. He's upset.
Now he bounces off the wall into Allgaier. Allgaier crashes. Justin Allgaier wins the checkered flag.
The Xfinity Series takes on 300 miles at Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon, and there are only 2 drivers in the field who have won here in the Xfinity Series. One of them is Justin Allgaier. He took the victory here in 2023, then backed it up last year by sweeping both stages before a late race crash took him out of contention. The team, well, they are very confident in their setup. Crew Chief Jim Pullman telling me they only made very minor adjustments to what they had last year. Their intermediate package has been dynamite this season, with both of the 7 teams' wins coming at mile-and-a-half tracks. Justin will roll off from the 10th position here this afternoon. Dylan.
And Kim, the Xfinity Series rookie class has been praised all year, and the best of them right now is Taylor Gray. On the strength of his last 3 races, he's got the best average finish of those rookies, courtesy of a 5th place finish at Rockingham, an 11th place finish at Texas, and a career best 2nd place finish at Texas. The momentum train rolls on, and Gray is on the pole for the 2nd time in his career. They were one of the few that were pretty pleased with their car this morning. They'll try to convert that to Taylor's first career win today, Carla.
And several guys have been able to take a little reprieve from racing the past 2 weeks. Austin Hill went on vacation with his family, but all with the goal to come back more focused than ever. Austin Hill told me they spent the first part of the season trying different things out with their setups, which is why he said we either won races or we ran 15th. He said they were, though, able to learn a lot during that time. His race team really took advantage of all of their meetings during that time, and said before the break they want to come back and be the team that everyone is still talking about. Of course, the 21 has 3 wins on the season, and they want to add more to that, and of course make it further into the playoffs as we get further into the season. And now it is time to head back out for the command here at Charlotte.
Charlotte Motor Speedway, the moment you've been waiting for. Here to say the most famous words in motorsports, BetMGM VIP, Travis Carter. Drivers, start your engines.
So who's ready to go racing after that? We are one step closer to the green flag dropping. The boot's going to bring us back as we get ready to start the Xfinity race at Charlotte. We'll be right back.
Sarah Benzino, Brandon Coley, Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
What'd she call Harper?
Oh, you mean Jablonski Auto Body LLC?
We actually sold the twins naming rights.
You know, like stadiums do. Kids are so expensive these days. Here he comes.
Oasis Breeze 10 and Spa.
Peter 10, I'm your man. Can do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Works for us. The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Sadly, windshield chips may turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Sweet.
SafeLight can come to you for free. And our highly trained techs can replace your windshield right at your home.
Safe light, safe light.
Don't wait. Go to SafeLight.com and schedule now.
Safe light repair, safe light replace.
It's super hot, super hot. 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 None of bands but the best, y'all. Take a chance that I bet y'all won't. I got a plan and it ain't about money. It's super hot, super hot. It's super hot. It's super hot. Are you with me?
Tonight, the AVP League kicks off its 2025 season. And summer's hottest sport just raised the stakes.
Here's everybody's win pick for today.
10 weeks of non-stop must-see matches as the world's best battle to rule the beach.
Connor Zillish is back.
Summer long.
He missed Texas.
It all begins.
He only missed one Xfinity race, but that's because we had multiple off weeks.
Finding a quality roofer can be tough.
Chase Briscoe's in the race today.
I'll beat any price. Get out.
But my win pick is
How did you get in here?
driving the number 17 car.
I know.
The guy by the name of William Byron.
Stellar Roofing's professional staff.
You know, two-time Daytona 500 champion.
Guarantee your investment for decades to come.
You need a roof that will stand up to our severe New York weather. Heavy rain, strong winds, snow and ice. Our Comfort Roofing system will. We understand how a roofing system works and give you peace of mind that will protect your home through every season.
Hi, Fritz Chantilly here. Our Comfort Roofing system uses top quality components from underlayments to shingles backed by a 50-year warranty.
Save 50% off installation with 0% financing available. Visit comfortwindows.com today.
Come find your ride. 2025 Harley-Davidson models are here with sleek design upgrades and cutting-edge electronics. Reimagined for an unbeatable riding experience. With redesigned controls, all-new LED lighting systems, improved braking, enhanced suspension, and rider-focused ergonomics. Built for the bold, we're taking the thrill of the open road to new heights. Schedule your test drive at Performance Harley-Davidson.
CW Sports live in Concord, North Carolina. It's a home game for the NASCAR Xfinity Series racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the 80th time. Welcome in to our live coverage of the best MGM 300. It's great to have you with us on this Saturday afternoon. In the broadcast booth with Jamie McMurray, who got his first career Cup win here. Parker Kligerman, who was racing on this track last night in the Truck Series. I'm Adam Alexander. So, Parker, let's begin right there. Yep. This place, rough and tumble. You had a front row seat less than 24 hours ago.
It absolutely is, and it used to have the nickname The Beast in the Southeast, and I always loved that because it has not changed at all. Turn 1, super sketchy as you enter the corner, but then you get down to turn 3 and 4 where these cars are now on the pace laps. Super bumpy, almost high-frequency bumps that feel like you're on a motocross track at times. It'll knock your feelings out. It'll knock you between the headrests, Jamie. It disorients you. You're going to go through that for 300 miles.
Yeah, and a couple of guys that I think will be able to tackle this track today is one of them being Justin Allgaier. He won here 2 years ago. He won both stages in this race last year. He's qualified 10th. Talked to him a little bit earlier, said his car was really good and raced your fastest in practice. The other being William Byron in the car, that's number 17 that Chase Elliott won in last year at this track. Byron's looking to get his first win at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
The Beast of the Southeast in qualifying.
I didn't know that.
Well,
I didn't know that.
I did. I kind of forgot that.
Yeah, it's a great nickname.
The Beast in qualifying was Taylor Gray. it today. In fact, for Joe Gibbs Racing, 200th pole all time in the Xfinity Series. We say we dial up this rookie driver from Joe Gibbs Racing.
Hey Taylor, this is Jamie Mack up in the booth. You got me?
Hey Jamie, yeah, I got you.
All right, man. We always talk about momentum, and you've got that. Finished second at Texas the last race. You go out and set on the pole today. How do you feel about your car?
Yeah, I'm really proud of my Joe Gibbs Racing guys. I feel like we've been stringing together some good last couple weeks. Obviously, a little break here, but again, that momentum is, continues to roll on. So can't thank all the 54 boys putting in the hard work throughout the week and throughout the weekend. They're going to be a really fast top race there at GR Super.
Yeah, it looks good. The track's been a lot of discussion today, Taylor, about the top, the bottom. Parker talked about how rough it was last night in the truck.
Yeah, Timberwolves do play tonight.
Is there a lane you'd like to make your car work in more than another?
Yeah, I think it's all just kind of depends on where the track goes and kind of what happens with all this cup rubber on the track and how quick it gets burnt off from the middle to the top.
All right. Well, thanks, buddy. Have good luck today.
Lando Norris will start on the pole for tomorrow's race.
Grid brought to you by BetMGM. Qualifying happened earlier today.
See right here, William Zawalich is going to start sixth, and he needs a good run.
Robert Schwartzman will start on the pole for the Indy 500, and Chase Briscoe will start on the pole for the Coke 600 tomorrow. Just a reminder that my Monaco stream will be live on Kick.
2015. Things have changed a little bit since then, Jimmy. Yeah, you go back to the outside of row 12, number 10 of Daniel Dye. 11 straight top 20s. He's going to have a fill-in crew chief this weekend. Kevin Walter suspended for one race for a lug nut violation in Texas. Lenny Chandler is going to be on the box for Daniel today.
Marco Retzloff, who we think is a master qualifier, didn't show that today. He actually qualified 34th. Will start from the rear for unapproved adjustments. He finished 6th at Charlotte in 2023. Has never finished worse than 14th here. He's got some ground to make up today.
Before we put the green flag in the air and turn him loose, let's make one more pass down the pit lane. We start with Kim Kuhn. Good afternoon, Kim.
Good afternoon, Double A. Well, despite having speed in last year's race, the two team of Jesse Love came with a completely different setup than they ran in 2024. And that setup, well, it did not unload where they wanted. It was back to the drawing board after practice for Jesse Love and the team. In fact, Jesse told Carla on our practice broadcast earlier that he felt like they were just out to lunch when they unloaded. He said the practice was awful, the car was way too tight, so they really threw everything but the kitchen sink at the car in terms of changes for the race. We'll see if it takes them in a better direction than they unloaded, Dylan.
And Kim, that car starting right there next to him is Austin Dillon in the 3 car. He's won a lot here at Charlotte. Won the Coca-Cola 600. He's also won twice here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, but he's not been in one of these cars in almost 2 years. And crew chief
Austin Dillon's racing today.
There was an expected adjustment period for his driver in practice, but no concerns during the race. They also had a couple car handling adjustments.
Austin Dillon won both the Charlotte Xfinity races in 2015.
And the driver to get a little bit better understanding of how these cars race throughout the course of the day as well. So don't expect the 3 to be at the back for long.
Dillon, a series champion, back running in the Xfinity Series. The same for William Byron, starting 4th today in the 17 car.
Beautiful day out here. Let's go make it a good one. Yeah, 10-4, man. Appreciate you guys.
Gotta love good pep talk from the green right before you're going green. They know that car's going to run well every time it's on the track at 17's up front.
Isn't it funny how we always mention it's a beautiful day when we're inside the race car?
We try to be optimistic.
Exactly. It's almost like, hey, let's talk how good the weather is. That's how good our day's going to be.
That's right.
A Toyota leading the field in more ways than one. Taylor Gray on the pole. Our pace car today, the Toyota GR Supra.
All right, so lights are off, getting ready to go green.
Which means it's just about time to go. Little 2-week vacation, spring break, if you will, in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. But roll those sleeves up because it's time to work.
It definitely is. And the bottom here.
Racing, Jaden. Well, not yet. In about half a lap, they'll be racing.
In the further rows, being on the top side can have massive momentum.
They're getting ready to go racing.
But once you get down to turn 3, Jimmy, that's where the bumps start. Be on the outside can be really treacherous early on.
Yeah, and it's fun to watch the guys 3 or 4 rows back. They'll go to the very top. It's not that the track's fast, but they're just to get clean air.
You got the race.
Make that a little bigger. There we go.
Both 45 laps. That final stage, 110 laps. Fuel window 62 to 65. And one key that's not written on there: if you can save a set of tires for late,
Trust me on this. It will pay dividends. Yeah, you got to sacrifice a little throughout one of the stages, but it pays off huge at that final stage.
Last 12 races at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Xfinity Series has produced 12 different winners. Front row, Taylor Gray, Connor Zinn.
Here we go. Green flag is in the air. We are racing from Charlotte in the Xfinity Series.
Spin the tires a little bit. Byron's trying to help me, but it was almost making the situation worse. Yeah, Charlie Cuban's the outside.
Oh, man.
There. He's getting swallowed up, destructed on the top side. I think that started with Dillon spinning the tires or just not going there, and it sort of backed up that whole outside lane. Yeah, Jeff Burton had a massive run off the top of turn 2, and then dove to the bottom. Hit him a lot of ground on that restart.
Oh, someone set some smoke.
Smoke on someone there. Looks like maybe a left rear tire rub. Possibly.
It was a mess.
Gosh, it's so racy, this track. You look at those guys side by side, 2 rows deep, the bottom being good.
Yeah, the 99 is some tire smoke. It's Matt DiBenedetto. He's going down to the apron. No, I think that's an engine.
So problems early for DiBenedetto. William Sawalich dropping more than 10 positions on that opening exchange.
Matt DiBenedetto coming to pit road.
Yeah, there's something related.
Yeah, that's definitely an engine.
Get a good look at what happened here. You see the 88 on the outside just spun the tires, and once you lose that momentum, everybody's trying to be patient there, but also trying to give a little bit of a push to everybody. Let's see what happened to 99 here. It's at the right of your screen, that SciAps car. Oh yeah, that's most likely just an oil line or something that's come loose, maybe. It's interesting that no one complained about that, but he was still doing it when he got going slower. So yeah, that's what made me think it could be more of an oil line. Such a shame. Having great speed in qualifying. Surprised us all in qualifying with the lap he had.
Austin Dillon, middle of 3 wide.
Yeah, he didn't like that. He had lost all of his momentum. He saw Harrison in the 25 be able to get his outside.
Rafael Dever walked it off. Red Sox win.
The momentum that you generate down the front stretch and the back.
Red Sox win 6-5.
Much better it is.
All that racing happening around 20th.
And one thing to really pay attention to when we ride on board is to watch the movement in all these cars, the bumps. Listen to the throttle as they hit the bumps. You'll hear them having to work the throttle. It's so much fun as a driver when you come to a track like this. You're just kind of always on edge when it's working. That's more to that sentence, I think, yeah.
Boy, this would be great perspective. To stop suicide, riding with Daniel Dye.
We just heard the 99 was actually a tire rub. It's interesting that was still doing that.
Oh, it was a tire rub.
But hopefully they can get that.
It looked like I swear that looked like it was an engine.
There, as you said, trying to get it all buttoned up, and hopefully things will cycle out for him, stay in the game.
They actually came down to road for a second time. It looks like they jacked it on the left side, so they've got some serious issues on the 99. It's such a shame. As I said, at great speed. This looks like a race they could really show out right now. And just obviously really bad shot. So we mentioned it, just all these patriotic schemes we have throughout the field and how tough that can be for some of the spotters. I don't know about you guys, but it's been a little tough for me.
What about the play-by-play guy? Come on, guys are love here. Cam, what about the 99?
Yeah, he told the team on the radio he didn't feel like he hit anybody to get that left side tire damage. They brought it down, changed the left side. They thought they pulled the fenders out good enough to send him back out. Then he came on the radio and said the cockpit is filling up with smoke. Right now they're checking the track bar, so still trying to diagnose the issue for Sunday.
It seems like something's either bent or broke on that initial start. It's moved that rear end housing over it. They're going to have to replace whatever those pieces are. Take a look at that left rear tire right here. You see how far that's sticking out of the body. That means that something within that track bar setup that holds the rear end square in the car has moved over, and it's just rubbing on the body. You can actually see the angle of the tire on the wheel well there was all wrong, so for sure something has gone wrong in the suspension. Oh, look at the 88. He is
Oh, wow, the 88 and the 17 making some contact. Wow, that's a great battle there.
The wheels being turned to the right. It was full-on slide for the 88 of Connor Zillich. Getting a lesson from, it's kind of like a teammate, right? The 17 of William Byron.
He's not giving it to him, though. He's
yeah.
Sometimes you got to let those rear tires cool down after something like that.
Yeah, that was a great save.
Look how sideways that thing is. Wow. All the way
What a save. What a save, Jaden. What a save.
We've seen Connor Zilish do that in just his limited
What
time
a save.
series. Last year, I think in 2 consecutive starts, he was smoke filling off the right side, and he somehow gathered it up each time. His car control is incredible.
As I said, don't measure him on where he finishes. Measure him on the moments that he has during a race to show off his talent. We're underway at Charlotte Motor Speedway, NASCAR Xfinity Series. Taylor Gray is leading this thing. And here we go. Coming out of the first turn into the straightaway was key for Taylor to get ahead of the curve and take the lead. He's led them all 10 laps in at CMS for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Glad you're with us on CW.
Men, get ahead of your curve with a bump. Explore Peyronie's disease treatments at GetSomebody4PD.com.
You prepare for the unexpected. So do we. Our workwear is built with durable water-resistant technology, so moisture, dirt, and grease don't stick around. We offer unsurpassed comfort and mobility, so you can be as versatile as our specialty performance fabrics. Our integrated workwear systems mean a sudden change in the weather doesn't change a thing. And we're meticulous, down to our intelligent pocket design, so you can work smart. Work wonders. True work.
At Ace, we know not all paint is created equal. So to do it right, start with exceptional paint that's designed to last. Only Ace has this collection of premium brands like Benjamin Moore, Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines, and Clark & Kensington. And your local Ace has premium service and quality paint that stand up to the test of time. With gallons of paint like Royal, starting at only $29.99. And right now, buy a gallon of Clark & Kensington or Royal paint and get the second one 50% off.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. Safe Flight Repair.
Perfecting your swing is hard.
Nice shot, Dad. Oh. Safe Flight Repair.
But replacing your windshield doesn't have to be. Get it fixed now and pay later with flexible payment options. Only at safelight.com.
So, you like NASCAR but don't know who to root for? Here's some Toyota legends you can get behind. Meet Tyler Reddick. Crushed it in Xfinity Series and now he's here. Basically the Cinderella story if Cinderella drove 200 miles per hour. Then there's John Hunter Nemechek. New kid on the block. All gas, no brakes. Oh, and Denny Hamlin. Ever heard of Daytona? He's won it 3 times. No big deal. We have a lot of drivers. All legends. Pick. You in?
Let's just get a closer look. Mom?
5 immersive worlds. One amazing theme park. Our universe will never be the same.
Oh, you gotta see this.
Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort.
We got the right stuff. We put the hammer right down. Wanna be like us? Just let us stick around. If you want it, you gotta prove it.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to Tahini?
Did I ask my mom to watch the kids so I could go to Kohl's? Yeah.
Anything for Kohl's Memorial Day sale. Soak up the sun with summer faves. Plus, take $10 off 25 spent and earn Kohl's Cash at Kohl's and Kohl's.com.
Shady Rays sunglasses. Break them or lose them. We'll replace them. Easy as that.
Kyle's gonna need new Shady Rays Titan.
Let's get him another pair fast.
'54 is slowing. Use the 54.
Eyewear that has your back.
Gear up for race day and never miss a moment with Shady Rays. Scan the QR code to shop the latest Shady Ray styles on shop.
Oh, that's Taylor Gray, the leader. Looked like he was slowing a little bit, but maybe not.
Lost and broken protection. Lose them, break them, we'll replace them. Mine are usually at the bottom of the lake.
Yeah, mine are always gone. Can we get some up here in the booth?
Racing on a Saturday afternoon, Charlotte Motor Speedway.
I guess I was just tripping.
MGM 300.
Just tripping a little bit.
Pole sitter Taylor Gray. Second pole of the season is other
Caution.
mile-and-a-half track as
The
well.
5 is around.
First caution of the afternoon for the 5. It's Chris Wright who gets turned
Chris
around.
Wright brings out the first caution of the day. So that was about a 9-minute, 40-second green flag run to start the race here in Charlotte.
Earlier today, this is back in turn 2 once again, so this is one we didn't save. That's his Achilles heel. Turn 2 is the one. That's the nemesis.
Phoenix Raceway in 22 the last race, Kyle Busch said before it was.
Started early.
Yeah.
Oh my. You can tell it started early. It's still.
We ever gonna move the leaderboard?
I don't think he has any damage though. Just black.
Never gonna update that.
Caution comes out just shy of halfway in stage 1. Would anyone
Hello?
make a pit stop here? Find out when we return. Gray is leading.
There we go.
Let's just get a closer look.
Yeah, Chris Wright spins around. Once again, it feels like he spins up very often.
5 immersive worlds. One amazing theme park. Our universe will never be the same.
Oh, you gotta see this.
Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
It's pronounced Liberty. Liberty. Nice try, kid. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty.
Did you bring it?
Tajin chamoy sauce, that tangy taste explosion with a fruity kick, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to Tajin it?
Safe like repair.
Perfecting your swing is hard.
Nice shot, Dad. Oh. Safe like replace.
But replacing your windshield doesn't have to be. Go to safelight.com and we can come to you.
Sick.
Our highly trained techs can replace your windshield where you are, even if that's right in your driveway.
Oh, fuck. Apparently Bregman might be out for a while.
Go to safelight.com and schedule a replacement today.
Safe like repair. Safe like replace. Woo!
Baby back ribs. Where does it go? Nobody knows.
Okay, how did you do that?
Honey, it's magic.
Well, if he can magic it away, he can magic it back.
Well, I kind of can't do that.
I need to know where my rib is.
Oh boy. Sarah Benzino. Brandon Coley. Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
What did she call her?
Oh, you mean Jablonski?
Cora is
We actually sold to twins.
saying it's a significant injury to Bregman, comparing it to his quad injury a few years ago when he missed more than 2 months.
If you need a tan, I'm your man.
Could do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Works for us. The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
Tuesday. I told you we picked this up later. Stop. Get out of here.
Let's go. NXT on the CW looks to settle the score.
I hope you came with this stamina. I'm here to take any challenger.
As Ricky Saints and Ethan Page battle for the NXT North American Championship.
Get ready for a fight.
NXT. All new this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
Yeah, I did see the track out suite you sent me. That shit's cool.
CW Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by Progressive. Save when you bundle home, auto, and motorcycle insurance. Visit progressive.com. Subway, get the meal of the day. A legendary 6-inch sub, chips, and a drink, only $6.99 at Subway. And by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Back live, Charlotte Motor Speedway under caution. So with that, we remind you the Whelen caution lights are on. Whelen, the official warning lights of NASCAR and America's most trusted manufacturer of emergency lights and sirens. Chris Wright bringing out the yellow. I teased it going to break. Do you think we'll have any pit stops? Now, sometimes, guys, I ask questions that I do, in fact, know the answer to. But I'm going to tell you what, Parker about knocked you off your chair, dissing me on the fact that there will be pit stops. I kind of knew we had a few from the back come down making adjustments.
Job,
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, everybody stays out here. Wouldn't have made sense when you talk about the balance of tires and track position. position and all that to come down here. Let's get a report on the 41. Down to Dillon.
Car 41 is 41 degrees. It's 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 41 degrees.
Yeah, Adam, they've been on the charge here early. Started 11th. Mayer is up to the 4th spot. And this is a brand new race car that they built for this Charlotte race. And Sam has already put it through its paces and got into the wall a little bit. He's been making progress in the outside lane, but has rubbed the lettering off the right side tires, rubbed the Goodyear off of those tires. So no concerns with the handling of the race car since he made that contact, just very minimal. But the car's still fast, and Sam said no complaints on the handling of it during this caution, Kim.
Well, Dylan, a number of drivers having radio issues, including Justin Allgaier, Austin Hill, Jesse Love. Some of it's intermittent. Nobody has continuous radio issues, but for example, Justin fired up, and for the first few laps, he said he lost his spot at Eddie DeHaan into 3. Couldn't hear him the rest of the corner until he was back on the front stretch. So, partner, for you as a driver, if you're losing your spotter through one of the most treacherous parts of the racetrack, how nerve-wracking can that be?
It's a great question, Kim, and I think anytime that I've had that experience of the radio issues, it's just simply frustrating. I mean, there's no other way to explain it.
It's a bad cell phone call.
Exactly.
The best way to explain it.
You can't communicate, it's going wrong, and so it's just sort of, you're struggling to sort of figure out what's happening and do what you're supposed to be doing, which is drive the race car.
And all you can do inside the car, you saw Justin reaching up and messing with the plug that's on the side of the seat right there, or where your ear molds plug in on the helmet. That's really the only 2 connections you can reach inside the car, and they normally don't fix it.
Yeah, never fixes.
Hey, let's take a look at Sheldon Creed's Race Fit Health Report, brought to you by Brez Tree.
I knew there was going to be meat on there with Pit Boss as a sponsor. I was just positive there'd be some smoked meats on this.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe it's this one.
He got the trifecta.
Yeah. He likes everything, is what I'm getting out of that.
He likes it if it swims, if it flies, or if it runs on land, right? Yeah, I wasn't there, actually.
All right, getting ready to go back green here.
Hey, by the way, we talked about pit stops. Jeff Burton does make a pit stop here. Tell us why you think he did that.
I would believe this would be an effort to go after stage points. We talked about Jeff Burton, that 27 team, and how well they've done on points. To be 27 points to good on the cut line in 9th right now. This could be an opportunity, putting those tires on to drive through the field and maybe win this stage or get a haul stage points. You're basically foregoing that opportunity late in the race to have a set of tires, but with that amount of points, if you can get a big haul, that's a big deal.
Front row, going to be just like we started the race. Taylor Gray to the inside of Connor Zillich. And the field is set for the Echo Park restart zone. Echo Park Automotive, where car buying is...
All right, going back green.
And happier.
Let's have to see if Zillich can time this out a little bit better, right? It's a great opportunity.
Green flag. Got 21 laps to go on the stage.
A little bit better. You see, still a little bit of wheel spin, but not as bad. That inside just has a little more grip.
But it's still stacked up that outside lane. You saw just Allgaier.
22 laps.
Pop to the outside, trying to go around others in the 3rd groove. That was because of Zillich sort of stacking up that outside line.
And that race
Here's what Kyle Busch said before the race started. I've never been a forward. The last one, just wanted to say it's been a pleasure. All the effort, everybody, all over the years. It was racing at this part of M&M's. They didn't say bad. I'm looking forward to finishing out the drug and everything we got today. That's what Kyle said before the finale in 2022.
He's in the preferred position right here as you go down into turn 1. That kind of middle is where we saw almost everybody qualifying. It's very forgiving. You get to the throttle and drive up the racetrack.
Here comes Zillich. It's Zillich on the inside, trying to get second. Away from Taylor Gray. He does it. And William Byron's the leader.
Drives through to second. What a tough restart for Taylor Gray, who goes from the lead to 3rd.
They were attacking Taylor Gray from all directions there. It really hurt Taylor Gray to be able to fend off William Byron as Zillich got to his rear, took the air off his spoiler, sort of packed it on the left rear, and he slid up the racetrack, allowing Zillich to get by and William to complete that pass to the outside.
Interesting to see Zillich go ahead and stay on the bottom of the racetrack. He must have felt like getting on that paint with that left front was going to throw a little bit of contact right there. I think that was Eckes. Yeah. A little contact, not too bad.
Good start to the day for the 16. Eckes up in the 7th position. Rookies all over the place.
No surprise right here to see Justin on the bottom. He's talked about how much he likes. He's been really good at the track, had some success being on the bottom. A little bit of a struggle, though, for Allgaier since the start of the race. Oh,
Three wide.
Oh my God, this is scary.
Outside, blue and orange Toyota, the 19 Chase Briscoe, making his first Xfinity start since 2022. Back behind him, 27 Jeff Burton on the
Caution.
tires. And the caution is out.
The 45 has trouble.
So the wheel and caution lights are on twice.
So that was about a 2-minute and 2-second green flag run.
The one that's having an issue here.
Brad Perez.
This is a good caution for Jeb Burton. He had to restart 34th. He got to have a restart, make up a tremendous amount of ground. Where did he get up to right there? He got up to 22nd. So past 12 cars in those couple of laps he ran. Now the field gets all stacked up again. He's going to be in a good position and maybe be able to get up into the top 5.
But the worst thing that happened to him was exactly what we saw and we were so excited about. It was the 3x3. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. And he was stuck there with the best tires trying to navigate that on the exit 2. And he just simply couldn't find a lane to try and power through those cars.
Perez, you saw the damage on the right side of that car from Alpha Prime. He had made a pit stop to repair the damage, then stalled leaving the pit lane. That's why NASCAR was forced to throw the caution.
Zach is getting to the outside wall. It's a little harder than you want.
Aggressive, yeah.
But these composite bodies, they allow it to happen. It's almost a rite of passage in an Xfinity Series car.
Brandon Jones, just a few seconds later, said, let me show you. I'll go ahead and get some of it too right here.
Oh,
not bad.
Not bad at all. Not bad. And I know Sam Mayer's already sort of put the right side of his race car against the wall. I expect probably 90% of these race cars will have a mark on them of some sort from that wall.
Yeah, that wall comes in just a little bit right there. It almost kind of bows in. Everybody seems to click that at some point.
And it feels very harsh in the race car, but you'll be surprised every time that you hit that thing and it's super loud and it hurts and it's like, well, that definitely damaged it. No problem whatsoever.
We'll take a break, come back. William Byron now the race leader. Zillage in the top 5 with Gray, Mayer, and Creed. We're coming back on CW.
Yo, friends, gather! Kiki! Chris! Jason! Hold on to your dice.
Nice frosting, friend. Thank you.
How we doing, Kiki?
Tastes like money to me.
I can't go back to jail!
Wait, did you rob my bank?
Are we winning? Money, power, friendship. Let's go!
Download Monopoly Go and play the new Star Wars event today. Forgetting something?
Curry?
The other thing.
Spicy curry.
Turo tires. A longer tread life all season. Great looking.
I'll add it to the list.
Affordable all season tires with great handling and longer tread life. Turo puts performance within reach.
Where are my contacts? Maybe you should keep your eyes on the road, Janice. I have to be able to see first flow. Take driving very seriously. Yeah, well, that's what Progressive Snapshot is for. Personalized discounts so that safe drivers don't have to pay for bad drivers' mistakes. Are you saying I'm a bad driver? Great driver. Janice! This isn't Mom's house. I have a date. We're celebrating your birthday. Oh, I love that for you.
Fill up on all the good stuff at Subway. All your faves packed with tons of crispy veggies and fresh sliced meats. And now buy any footlong in the app for just $6.99. Great bread, great meat, great sauce, great deal. Get on it, people. Order now on Subway app.
At Ace, we know not all paint is created equal. So to do it right, start with exceptional paint that's designed to last. Only Ace has this collection of premium brands like Benjamin Moore, Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines, and Clark & Kensington. And your local Ace has premium service and quality paint that stand up to the test of time. With gallons of paint like Royal, starting at only $29.99. And right now, buy a gallon of Clark & Kensington or Royal paint and get the second one 50% off.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
For pain in multiple spots like here, here, or here, Salon Pass patches stick firmly and remove comfortably once your pain is gone. Salon Pass. It's good medicine.
It's me too. Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Sadly, windshield chips can turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to safelight.com and schedule a fix in minutes. With flexible payment options, get it fixed now and pay later, only at safelight.com.
Welcome to the Proving Day. Welcome to fist bumping, cylinder thumping, metal crunching. Big hits right there. It's all or nothing for 26 weeks of the year.
The wait is finally over.
Welcome to the NASCAR Xfinity Series, only on the CW.
Under caution for the second time here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Going to be inside of 15 laps to go, stage 1, when we return to the green flag and the Bet MGM 300. Over the next 4 races, we'll be following Ford Driving for a Difference, presented by the Gene Haas Foundation, where 5 members of the Ford family are Drivers will drive in honor of a charity that's important to them, earning points throughout the races to raise money for the cause. Sam Mayer is supporting Starkey Hearing Foundation, which aims to give the gift of hearing to those in need. Sheldon Creed is driving in honor of the Friends of Jacqueline Foundation, which aims to improve the quality of life for children battling pediatric cancer through local community and sports groups. Harrison Burton's charity is All Within My Hands, created by members and management of Metallica to create sustainable communities by supporting local services. Good program, and the Fords are delivering today. So far, so good for three of those guys. Three of the top 6 prior to the choose.
Yeah, we put some money on the line. All those guys stepped up this morning.
They're hustling for a good cause.
Yeah.
Here's a little Justin Allgaier radio.
I'm trying to breathe and calm myself down, and then you get some of these guys that just make you want to go haywire. So I'll be fine. Car's really good, man. Like, really good.
The old bull getting frustrated.
It's too early for that.
That's right.
That reminds me of some of the self-talks I have when I'm
With Parker and I? Basically. Well, Zillage gets shot number 3 on the outside. See if he can time it out. Did better the second round. Byron's chosen the bottom.
All right, back green.
Rachel's right behind him. That bottom definitely launches really well. Although the 88 did pretty good that time. Third time's the charm, right? Really good. 3 shots in 10 minutes. He adapted to what he needed to do right there.
Taylor Gray with a peek inside the 54 to no avail. Byron able to shoot out for the top spot.
Byron moving up before the exit of the corner just to get in front of Zillage, maybe take a little bit of air away from him.
Ryan Sieg goes in after the 39. Driving down low, he jumps to 3rd in the running order.
That was a really impressive move. He side-drafting Taylor Gray, went super shallow into 3 over the huge bump that you have down on the inside. Was able to get the car stopped and turn to the center and took position.
Hellman's onboard camera ride with Justin Allgaier right down the boulevard.
Oh, look at that.
How about it? 7 feeling good.
You hear the time of the throttle right in the center as he got to the middle of the corner. Drove by both of those cars. That was awesome through the center.
Today, Christian Eckes came to play too. We mentioned him earlier, but he's showing something in the early portion of this race.
They need it too. Big time. Big time. Came in this race 66 points below the cut line. Doesn't even show up on our playoff grid right now. It's been a disastrous start for them. They've got to turn around. They need to run like this.
And they've had so much bad luck, crashes, engine failures, wrong place, wrong time. They have had speed, and we know how talented he is. And there's contact with another rookie, Taylor Gray, and the 16 of Eckes get together. And last year's Rookie of the Year waiting in the wings. The 2 is Jesse Love. Worked his way to the top 10 after a disappointment in qualifying.
I think it's a good lesson for Taylor Gray. You go from having the clean air out front.
What's up, party man? What's up, Andy? How you doing?
Dirty air. Hard to figure out. Sheldon Creed absolutely sideways underneath Jesse Love right there on the entry. It gets loose in the turn 1, but that's excessive.
That was a lot, for sure. I'm impressed with Jesse Love today. He's been good on all the mile and a half this weekend. Take a look here at Taylor Gray inside of Eckes.
Chicken butt.
He just moved up a little bit. I don't know that he even needed that. I think it was more of a side draft, just trying to take some air off of him. This is impressive.
This is one of the wilder things. Oh, I didn't even see they touched.
We're going to America on the 3rd? Fuck yeah, dude. Love to hear it.
Super sideways. Great save by Sheldon.
Reminder, Jeff Burton on those pressure tires back up to 8th now. Stage points a thing, as Parker talked about, and he's working his way toward a top 5 finish in this opening stage.
Yeah, he's right behind Christian Eckes, who is extremely loose. I saw him go to the bottom right here. It'd be hard to fend off Jeff, though, being on those newer tires. It's such an advantage at this track now.
Gelbeck's onboard camera, another rookie, Nick Sanchez. Coming off what I would say is his best performance of the year, even though he didn't get the finish at Texas Motor Speedway. He showed a lot late in that race, and boy, had to hang on to it there. There is a lot of dancing going on at this racetrack.
Well, every time we go on board with him, I'm like, that's the roughest riding car in the field. It's crazy to hear that thing bouncing through the corner.
You see Love sliding through the corner?
He's hanging on to it somehow. All these cars are just all over the place. We talked about in practice how loose they all were when they fired off from the truck.
I missed a race because of my birthday one year, and the 2 times I flew.
Led by the rear end of the race car over. Been a tough day for Alpha Prime. Brad Perez brought out the caution after getting damaged. Parker Retzloff also had to make an unscheduled pit stop after starting at the rear.
See Brandon Jones in her high and then turn down underneath. I think that's Christian Eckes. Yeah, not able to carry that momentum off the corner. These guys racing really hard in front of them. It's a much different race that's going on. It kind of got single file, but these guys just fighting for everything.
7 laps to go in the stage. Sammy Smith in the 8. Here's team radio.
Keep us up to date. They'll be ready.
Back in 14th. You want to hang on to it if you can manage it to the end of the stage.
The last night in the truck race, I got a big boost on the outside early on the race, and then suddenly got really tight and had that feeling of, oh no, my right front's got an issue. I ended up taking care of it to the end of the stage. When they looked at it, they said, hey, there's no problem whatsoever with this tire. I think if you really abuse these tires here, especially how bumpy it is down in 3 and 4, it can almost give you that impression that you've seriously damaged that right front tire.
Well, it's taken almost the end of stage 1 for Justin Allgaier to show up. It looked like he wasn't moving forward at the start of this race. And to see him move up on the racetrack like that, generating runs, the 7 car is right where he needs it to be.
I think he's mean, you know, because just when you think maybe he's laying in the weeds,
You think it looks nice?
where it needs to be, he surfaces.
I think it does the job. That's what I think.
Reigning champ 1 year, 2 years ago, is 3rd and dogging his rookie teammate here. Zillich in the 88.
Dillich is trying to find some grip. He's searching. Yeah, he's just running a different line at every corner to see, and you can see the run that the 7 is getting behind him by running a little bit higher. Looks to me like that higher line works better for Zillich as well. You have more, Kim?
Yeah, you see Justin Allgaier hunting down his teammate Connor Zillich, but Justin very happy with that car. Yes, it's been kind of scrappy getting to the front, but he said back on lap 28, he said, I think this car is good now. If I can get clean air, we're going to be lights out, and I can check out from the rest of this.
That was practice today. Cool.
Parker, the one thing when I watch...
So just a few laps to go on the stage here. William Byron has the lead, about a 2-second lead over Connor Zillich. Coming to 3 to go.
It's exhausting, though. As you watch him go down the straightaway, he'll just kind of flex all those fingers, relax, he's calm. It tells me he's not tense inside of the car. The car must be really comfortable for him. You see, they have to put a little
I think it looks
it's pretty steady. That's a
I don't really have an opinion on it.
What type of bear is toothless? I got another caller. Go ahead. A gummy bear. Damn, I got him laughing.
Really? Right now? Really?
I saw him hit the radio button off for turn 2 there, like right in the center. I'm like, what was that?
That's when you know everybody's where they need to be with your team, right? That's even going to stage.
He told us in the pre-race show that how relaxed he is right now and how much fun he's having, just how much he's enjoying racing. I think some of that's finally getting that championship, but I mean, right there, it tells you more than just joking while racing for your teammate for second.
And I mean, what I appreciate about that is that he was just talking about having to take a deep breath. There's nothing more comforting than your spotter and crew chief coming on and kind of easing the moment for him. Super relaxed right now, and they should be. The 7 car's fast.
Final lap of the stage.
This is the final lap of the first stage.
Battling what he thought could have been a tire issue. Has moved up a couple of positions in front of Christian Eckes. The 8 is now 12th. His teammates racing 2nd and 3rd. Zillich and Allgaier behind the race leader, William Byron. Man that won the championship 2017 driving for Junior Motorsports. Gonna win his 8th.
And William Byron wins stage 1 at Charlotte.
Circuit of the Americas when he was a runner-up in that 17 car.
Jaden, what are you talking about?
Zillich gets points. The same for Allgaier. Mayer was 4th, and look at that. Jeff Burton makes it pay. He gets back to 5th, getting 6 stage points. And late there in the run, 19. Chase Briscoe into the wall. Sounded like he said something about the right rear. Not sure if that was before.
It's flat.
There you go.
Yep.
So that was a little under an 8-minute green flag run.
Happened in 1 and 2.
It timed it well for the stage break.
Yeah, just
Jaden is zooted.
Any damage underneath that?
Isn't the 17 car leading?
Caution of the day coming
Yes, the 17 car is leading. The 17 car is driven by 2-time Daytona 500 back-to-back champion of the Daytona 500, William Byron. iRacing Pro, William Byron. No, that's fucking Byron, bro, you dweeb.
and unpredictable highs can make it hard to get out of your head. Finding relief may help you break through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Vraylar isn't approved for elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, tremors, slow or uncontrolled body movements, restlessness and feeling like you need to move, sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar. Breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
Your new bike is officially protected by America's #1 motorcycle insurer. You can now safely go wherever the wind takes us.
Bro, the Yankees lost to the fucking Rockies last night, which is hilarious.
It was one of those books that smelled bad, but in a good way, you know?
Oh, didn't think this through, did you?
Nope. You go without me. The owner and I aren't on speaking terms. Apparently the refills are limited.
Okay.
It's not okay.
We are three.
A network of 4,000 local journalists each weekday morning from the National News Desk.
Weekday mornings at 6 on CW6.
Hey, the Rockies still could have the best record in Major League Baseball history. If they win out, they'll beat the best record by 4 games.
Drove home from work. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. One guy didn't.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Right now, get employee pricing on a 2025 Ford F-150, plus an extra $4,000 bonus cash, only at your local Ford stores.
I really like that Comfort is a family-owned business and that they manufacture their windows right here in New York. Comfort has such a wide variety to choose from. I was able to choose the windows that best fit my needs.
Being the largest window manufacturer in upstate New York allows us to offer the largest variety, high-quality windows professionally installed in your home by Comfort employed installers.
Save 50% off installation with 0% financing available. Visit comfortwindows.com and schedule your free estimate today.
CW Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by Golden Corral. Golden Corral honors our nation's heroes. Toyota, let's go places. And by Credit One Bank, NASCAR American Express Card. Stage 1 complete for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, Charlotte Motor Speedway. William Byron gets the win. Pit stops coming in a matter of moments. Want a race day ride? Go to shop.cwtv.com to shop race day gear, grills, and more. Brought to you by Pit Boss Grills. Bigger, hotter, heavier. How great is this scene? I mean, we talk about Pit Boss and their involvement, but all the campers here, and this is fun.
And the crowd last night was massive. We got a great crowd on hand here today. Tomorrow, I hear an absolutely massive crowd will be descending upon this racetrack.
Pit stops are big to establish track position, but this is a tough pit road to get your work done. Progressive Pit Road is open. Here's Dylan Welch.
And Ryan Seagull off the top of the screen said that he was tight in the middle of the corner, had no grip on exit, and it kept getting worse. They'll make a small track bar and air pressure adjustment. Sam Mayer, second from the top, said he was pretty good, but thinks he can be snugged up just to keep up with the track, air pressure, and they'll add a piece of tape to him.
William Byron in that blue and white 17 car said it started free with tight center, and then the heat cycles did not help that tight condition. Adam Walter, crew chief, said these sticker tires tire should help. No major adjustments on that race car. The 88 of Connor Zillage probably just said I started free and then built tight center as the run goes. They did make a slight adjustment. He also added, I think Justin's mad at me and I don't know why, is what he told the team.
Okay, we will continue to watch and see how that evolves. William Byron holds serve, wins the race off pit road. Allgaier gets a spot. Really good effort for Taylor Gray in the 54 team. Zillage goes 2 in the wrong direction. Jones gets it.
So,
well.
getting ready to start stage 2 here
Weekend in Charlotte, North
in just a
Carolina.
few minutes.
You're watching the NASCAR Xfinity Series live on
William Byron won the first stage.
Before taking Breztri for my COPD, I had bad days. Days ruined by flare-ups. That could permanently damage my lungs. Then, I talked to my doctor about Breztri, and I noticed things changed. Breztri gave me better breathing. Starting within 5 minutes, my lung function improved. Breztri also helped improve my symptoms, and was even proven to reduce flare-ups, including those that could send me to the hospital. Now, I worry less about bad days and enjoy more good days.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Can't afford your medication? AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Ask your doctor about Breztri for COPD.
It wasn't the late night shoot-arounds or the tournament trips. That's not what got me here. It was them. The love they showed me. It's why I give it back and pass it on, you know? Because it's the assists you don't see on the highlight reels that make all the difference.
Still have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms after taking a medication like Humira or Remicade? Put them in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When symptoms try to take control, I got rapid relief with Rinvoq. Check.
When flares try to slow me down, I got lasting remission with Rinvoq. Check.
You ready for the cocaine 600? Bro, I'm going to be snorting lines on lines on lines tomorrow night.
Check.
Rapid symptom relief.
I plan to have like 4 lines each stage, which means that I would end up with 16 lines of coke by the end of the night.
Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events: infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq.
Heck of a way to kick off NASCAR on Prime. The Coke 600 is going to be a good Memorial Day weekend. It's red, white, and blue. Never won by you. Crew chief's got to keep gassing the tank, Steve.
Bring the flag flying here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. See all the veterans and those that are serving today. Now is why we're here. Now's the time. Let's do it.
Stream the Coca-Cola 600 tomorrow. It's on Prime. Start your 30-day free trial.
Now let's get a couple of more drivers participating in the Ford Driving for a Difference presented by Gene Haas Foundation. Kyle Sieg supporting Motor Racing Outreach, whose mission is to introduce individuals to personal faith in Christ and foster spiritual growth and active involvement in church life. And finally, Ryan Sieg drives for the Isabella Santos Foundation, which supports improving pediatric cancer treatment and care. Getting ready for the restart to begin our second stage. Front row going to be William Byron, Justin Allgaier. I'll sign up for some of that.
All right.
And back in the pack going to be William Sawalich. Tough pit stop for them. Had an
Getting ready to go green.
Will have to come from deep as we begin our second stage.
And
the front runners into the Echo Park.
green flag is in the air. Stage 2 is underway from Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Allgaier did pretty good on the outside. Got a push from I think the 17 is going to have to really pay attention to Justin right here, because I think the 7 might have had the best car at the end of that run.
Look at Mayer making it off the 41 outside lane. Sanchez having a great day.
Yeah, the worst thing you want to hear as a driver is 3 wide and you're in the middle.
That gold 48, though, has been strong. the front. Driving the red, white, and blue number 2.
Jesse said they basically changed everything in that car but the driver, and maybe they were thinking about that next after the race, but I don't think they needed to do it. He's found some speed inside that 2 car. He said he'd be adventurous to move all over the racetrack, and he's seen that over here now, and he's really found the speed and wants to run up there at the top as he tries to hold off Christian Eckes. Yeah, the good news, I think, for Jesse Love is that they were way too loose at one point and then way too tight. They just had to find the balance in the middle. That's easier to get to than when you're constantly fighting.
See you in 5 weeks. Oh my God, Jaden.
Sieg and Jones there, right? But just behind them, 21 Austin Hill, 8 of Sammy Smith. Both who had some kind of an issue with the way their car was reacting in the opening stage. We'll see if an adjustment can help them in stage 2.
And if Sammy Smith gets a report back that there was nothing wrong with that right front tire, like you talked about, Parker, that gives you some peace of mind throughout this next run that maybe you can push a little harder knowing that there were no issues with the tire that came off.
They've been selling Allgaier. Look at our bumper. He's got the fastest lap of the race. Stopwatch giving him the Xfinity fastest lap. That'll pay a championship point into the day.
And I think one big point that we saw at the end there, you felt he was maybe the best car. He also had to work through a bunch of traffic. William Byron didn't have to do that. He had to sort of take some life out of those tires for Justin Allgaier and still had that speed late in the run. Now he just gets you a mano-a-mano against William Byron. Yeah, and the thing that I noticed about Byron at the end of that last run is he was having to work the very top of the racetrack. I mean, that's where his car was the best. But Justin, like, he had to run both the top or the bottom and maintain a good lap. Byron went to the bottom right there, blocked a lot of air.
Parker Retzlaff has an engine issue.
A really tough day. Qualifying everything, yeah.
I feel like it's either high or low for him. There's absolutely no gray area for that team. It's a great battle for the lead. And you think about these two drivers and everything they have meant to the history of junior motorsports. We talk about William Byron, won the championship for junior 2017, just really set his career off, and now he's doing so many great things at the cup level for Hendrick Motorsports. And Justin Allgaier, who's been the mainstay, the all-time wins leader there, the reigning champ. And boy, are they really putting on a show at the front today.
And Justin's just going where Byron's not. And it's a little bit, I guess, as you go down the back straight, it's like you have to make a decision early if you want to go the top or the bottom. He's just trying to go to the exact opposite of what the 17 does. A little undecided right there getting in. And I love that game. I love when you're the one attacking and you're trying to guess which way they're going to go. As we look at, Stillage into the outside.
Damn, man.
Right, on the inside of his car. Right in front of Stillage there, into the door, basically. That was as wild as you want to get. Once again, the 88 buzzes the right rear tire, and he'll probably just continue on and pass him. That 54's gotten into someone. Now he's had someone get into him, and just the 88 was able to clear him. A little courtesy wave. Sorry about that. Appreciate that. Just shove my right front through your door, but don't worry about it. Let's look at this one more time. And I tell you, black streaks on the ground. Continue on.
Replay was even more impressive than it was live, actually. Double duty this weekend for Connor Zilic. Going to run the Coke 600 here tomorrow. It'll be his second Cup Series start. William Byron, the race leader, over Justin Allgaier.
What you want to do is save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
That's great, but can you ask your friend to stop digging into the green?
I can ask, but he's not going to. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Larson should have done the truck and Xfinity race.
Tajin chamoy sauce. That
would have been a lot.
Explosion with a fruity kick is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your
Kyle
way
Busch
to
would have. Yeah, but Kyle Busch also wouldn't be racing the Indy 500.
Things are heating up.
Bring the heat with Blue Chew. Speak with a licensed medical provider at BlueChew.com to find out if Blue Chew
Yes,
is
he
right
would.
for you.
Okay, Jaden.
At Ace, we know not all paint is created equal. So to do it right, start with exceptional paint that's designed to last.
Ooh, wow.
Ace has this collection
16
of
almost
premium
lost
brands
it.
like Benjamin Moore, Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines.
Yeah, he was supposed to be in Larson's ride, but he wouldn't be racing Xfinity and trucks if he was.
Stand up to the test of time.
Because he's probably too busy in Indianapolis.
$29.99. And right now, buy a gallon of Clark & Kensington or Royal Paint and get the second one 50% off.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Shady Rays sunglasses. Break them or lose them. We'll replace them. Easy as that.
Kyle's gonna need new Shady Rays Titan.
Let's get him another pair fast.
Shady Rays. Eyewear that has your back.
There's a place no map will show you. A secret spot.
That was a fun commercial.
Hideout for cars that crave chaos. New brakes? Check. Roll cage? Check. A spoiler so big it doubles as a picnic table? Oh, you bet. Every apex we nail, every second we shave, it's all knowledge that goes right back into your ride. Look like fun? It is. You in?
Heck of a way to kick off NASCAR on Prime. The Coke 600 is going to be a good Memorial Day weekend. It's red, white, and blue. Never won by you. Crew chief's got to keep gas in the tank, Steve.
See all the veterans, those that are serving today. Now, that's why we're here. Now's the time. Let's do it.
Stream the Coca-Cola 600 tomorrow. It's on Prime. Start your 30-day free trial.
In honor of Military Appreciation Month, GovX is proud to support those who serve our community and country and communities. If you have a military or first responder background, scan the QR code now for unbeatable deals on thousands of top brands. GovX, savings for those who serve. Almost halfway through Stage 2, NASCAR Xfinity Series racing here at Charlotte.
We're on board there at Nick Sanchez. He did a great job off the restart to get up to the top 5, but since then it's sort of been
For real,
stalled
come
up
on.
by a couple of cars.
You're right, Jaden.
He land the back of the top 10.
My phone was being
Trying to
annoying.
fend off Jesse Love.
What'd you call this place in the open, the Beast?
The
Southeast. There's a little bit of that. You saw it when we were side by side a moment ago.
Yeah, this is incredible. Creed got this massive run. Ekins went up the block, but then when they get down to turns 3 and 4, the double zero goes from the very top to the middle. The 8 goes from the bottom to the middle. Yeah, a big shot right there by Creed. He was not.
Need a new phone, it sounds. Yes, Jaden, because my phone was. Yes, my phone was being annoying for like 2 seconds, so it's time for just a whole new phone. Just throw it out. Let's just start over from scratch.
Don't do it, and then it happens.
Back to square one.
Wall
AJ Haley had that thing hung out off turn 2.
big time. See Williams Wallace in the 18 to drive back through. Leland Honeyman in the 70.
His track's awesome. We have not lacked action one bit here. Yeah, it's so good. So awesome just to watch these winning cars drive around here. They're just so, it seems like every corner they're out of control in some respects. One car there, sideways, around, keep running.
See our Toyota driver update, Williams Sawallich.
They don't make iPhones like they used to. Yeah, they make them better.
Yeah, they have. We saw on that initial start that they lost quite a few spots, and that just kind of got worse from there. On this pit stop, they had planned to make a slower stop to make several adjustments just to help the car get a little bit better. So Wallich had reported that it was just way too snug for him. So they had an intentionally slow stop, then they had a hose failure, and then they had an uncontrolled tire. So it just kind of unraveled on that entire stop. So he's way back in the field running 26 right now. Felt like his car was good in practice, but they've got a lot of track position to make up to capitalize on that.
Where do you start to dissect that stop? I think you just sort of say, everybody, let's just not think about that one restart. Let's get it all in the way right now. Yeah, not have any of those the rest of the day.
He ran the ARCA race last night, and despite some damage, had a pretty good race car, solid finish, and boy, it just hasn't gone his way this season. A lot of rookie moments for the 18. Here's his teammate. Going to be on the pole for the Coke 600 tomorrow. Chase Briscoe.
Did I just hear a cat? I
I think this has been a tough transition for Chase. You know, just jump in the Xfinity car and over for the first time in a couple of years after being so focused on the Cup car. How different those are. He mentioned in practice, showed some speed in qualifying for sure, but now since getting in the race, it just feel like.
Look, guys, it's Jimmy.
Moving around, even down
It's Jimmy the kitty.
it sort of feels out of control. The rear end of the
He's
Cup
awesome.
car, between wheels, that doesn't happen in the Cup car. That's
I love you, Jimmy.
get used to and feel.
I'm gonna let you go upstairs now.
Jump that Cup car back into the main parts of this. Just behind him, on board Daniel Dye. Yeah, watch his head as you go across those bumps. You see it just bouncing in between that headrest on both sides, and there's places that it'll do that 3 or 4 times, and your vision gets blurry when you go across that section of the track, and the car, lose front grip, lose rear grip, kind of bounces into the racetrack. But over the course of this race, your head bouncing back and forth like that, it's exhausting. It'll give you a headache, literally. Yeah, it will. Especially if your headrest is set up nicely with soft seating on each side. When it bounces side to side like that, it's really disorienting. Saw Anthony Alfredo, 42, trying to make a move for position. And for 8, Sanchez and Brandon Jones. Oh, yeah, that's a great shot. Yeah, Brandon was a little cautious right there. Not sure if Sanchez was going to get in that spot. That's a wise decision to not slide up in front of him. That's a great perspective right there. You can hear Sanchez really working the throttle. And right behind him, Carson Waffle, who's been very quiet today, but up 6 positions since the restart. So if you're Sanchez, you want to stop this pass, you're going to have to go higher in 1 and 2. That's what he does this time. He sees that outside a little bit too much open air up there, so he goes higher, trying to force the 40s low. See if this works for him down in 3 and 4. How much does this create a little bit of a wake for the one of Carson Waffle to get a run? Well, you're just trying to figure out which lane you want to follow right here. He knows the 48's kind of on the struggle, but you see Sanchez get loose when he tries to get back to the gas. And then as that 20 car slides up in front of him, takes even more air off the car, makes him drive worse. 48 seems to me that he's good on restarts, and he takes off, but his car fades.
No, Jaden.
Well, I think it's what we're seeing there.
The Apple logo has a bite in it because they wanted to try their product before they sold it. That's just being thorough, dude. It's called being thorough.
Taking away performance and grip. A couple of cautions for incident in the opening stage. We're in the midst of our longest green flag run of the day. William Byron leading Allgaier, Zillich, Gray, and Mayer. Inside of 15 to go, stage 2.
Let's just get a closer look.
It's because somebody with very, very, very smooth teeth ate it, Jaden.
5 immersive worlds. One amazing theme park. Our universe will never be the same.
Oh, you gotta see this.
Epic Universe. Only at Universal Orlando Resort.
Garlic buffalo, disappear.
How did you do that?
Pass me one of your honey mustards.
Those are dads. All right. I think we've had enough magic at the dinner table.
New to Toyota Gazoo Racing, there are a lot of unofficial rules. Rules like only pass cars on the left. Don't drive on the grass. When you win, be humble. And you know what they say, rules are made to be broken. You in?
Zoe? That's the one.
Today, you're meeting for coffee.
They're gonna love you.
And then before you know it,
Hey!
you're meeting the family. At Credit One Bank, we believe having the credit and rewards for the little moments today can lead to even bigger ones tomorrow. Earn up to 10x points on travel and 5x points on dining with the Credit One Bank Wander American Express card. Credit One Bank, for what's ahead.
Did you bring it?
Sadly, windshield chips can turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Sweet.
SafeLight can come to you for free, and our highly trained techs can replace your windshield right at your home.
Safe light, safe light.
Don't wait. Go to SafeLight.com and schedule now.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
9 laps to go, stage 2, NASCAR Xfinity Series racing at Charlotte. William Byron leads the BetMGM 300. And now we do our race break, brought to you by Safe Light, the auto glass experts. Let's see how the 17 got to the front.
He's been pretty patient. You see right here, start of the race, Zillich spins the tires, packs a little air on him right here. But Connor didn't give up. He raced him a little while longer here.
Fought back on the outside. But eventually, he got to the front, won the stage. To be expected, maybe.
Getting the feeling they've told William Byron that we thought that Allgaier was going to get past him because he has picked up his pace, 2-second lead right now. He's been able to maneuver pretty much where he wants. He's committed, as you see right there, to the very, very top of this racetrack on both ends.
And I think, sorry to cut you off, I think that's one thing Justin's got to work on because I'm watching him as well going to the top, and it's just like he's not doing it as committed as.
Well, that's not his strength, right? I mean, his strength is it's when the bottom is really good. That's where he really excels.
But with these core temperatures, the resin on the racetrack, I just feel like
only 7 laps to go on the stage.
So many cars are up there making speed up there, so just as they have to adjust, they have to tell Pullman, hey, maybe like even the car be better up here because they can trade lap times back and forth a little bit, but Williams seems to have the edge right now, especially through.
The only thing good for the 7 car is that if everybody's running the middle to the top, it's hard to pass. When you catch lap cars, that might blow up Byron a little bit more than Justin, who can adapt and run the bottom.
Hey, with 6 to go on the stage, here's something we need to keep an eye on. This battle is big because Taylor Gray needs every stage point he can get. After starting on the pole, he got 4 in stage 1, so every position being a point, 54 trying to climb from below the cut line, and lap traffic and who goes a lap down. Right now, you saw Kyle Sieg go a lap down. J.J. Yaley is now a lap down. First car in the 1 lap down position. That would mean he'd get the free pass. We'll keep an eye on that. Leland Honeyman, last car on the lead lap right now, scored 28. As with 5 to go, we watch what's happening for third.
Yeah, Taylor Gray.
Great battle for third here with Taylor Gray and Connor Zilish.
That looked like it was going to get spicy.
That's one of the most amazing things about down that corner is you'll enter it on bottom, maybe the center, and you're like, oh, I've got the grip, and suddenly the car just starts floating up the track. You're like, no, don't stop. Dylan, that's something that you just don't want to happen when you get down to 3 and 4.
No, not at all. And speaking of 3 and 4 for this 54 car, one thing that I think Taylor has done in the last couple laps that may have helped him is working on his arc. The entry into turn 3, Jason Ratcliffe, the crew chief, came on the radio about 10 laps ago and said, I think that's just where we're getting beat. If you can arc it into 3 more, it's just going to help us all the way through that corner. So it looks like Taylor has maybe done that because he's sort of gone to the whip here in these closing laps. And then he came on the radio just a bit ago and said, I got too greedy racing that 88. So they told him, just cool your tires down, still got time. Let's go get him, Cam.
A really solid day for Dean Thompson in that 26 car, currently running in the 16th position. Remember, he made his Xfinity Series debut this race last year, and this is only the 2nd track outside of Talladega that he's been to a 2nd time. So an experience from last year helping this rookie, and those 2 weeks off came at the perfect time because at Texas they finished 27, and that snapped a streak of 7 straight top 20s. So the team told me they kind of reset during those 2 weeks off, and they wanted to get back into getting those top 20s. Again, Dean currently running in the 16th position. He said he feels good at 1 and 2, but needs more rear security in 3 and 4.
Well, we got a great rookie class. We talk about it every race. Dean Thompson is the one that has really stood out to me. When you think about where he's been in his progression through the lower levels of racing to what he's produced this year with Sam Hunt, outstanding. And here he is looking for 15th on track as we wrap the stage.
And it's been a big opportunity for Sam Hunt Racing to be so close right now. They're sitting at, 15th, 16th in the playoff standings. Really a fringe playoff contender on points. They had some great finishes that could put them in a position. If they can keep that up, that's a big deal for Sam Hunt Racing.
The thing that I've been impressed with Dean Thompson is that he doesn't try to get too much out of it. Like he gets everything out of it, but doesn't step over the line and make a lot of mistakes. He just did a great job. Eckes was not wanting to let him by right there, but Eckes just looks so loose right now.
Final lap of the stage. William Byron sending a message to the competition. Last year, the 17 car won with Chase Elliott. But if you remember, it was strategy that made it happen for him. Today,
This is the final lap of the stage, and William Byron will win stage 2 at Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord, North Carolina.
And it's the 6th stage win for that 17 car in 2025. Allgaier is second. Zillich Yelich hangs on to third, but good stage points for Taylor Gray, much needed. Top 5 completed by Brandon Jones.
So that's about a 20.5-minute green flag run there to end stage 2. I'm going to go outside and smoke, and I'll be back for the start of the final stage.
We're in the Queen City. Look, flash of Kannapolis there, the statue of the intimidated Dale Earnhardt. Thanks for being along for the ride.
The love they showed me, it's why I pass it on, you know? Because it's the assists you don't see that make all the difference.
Oh, Cole's mom. What do we think of these? So you look like you're ready to walk the red carpet. No, stop it. Really? Or at least a faux fur rug. These are power pants. Yes. Okay, what about this? Whoa! That's it. And that's how you Coles. Let's just get a closer look. Mom? You know, wait.
Five immersive worlds. One amazing theme park. Our universe will never be the same.
Oh, you gotta see this.
Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to tahini it?
Safe like prepared.
Perfecting your swing is hard.
Nice shot, Dad. Oh. Safe like prepared.
But replacing your windshield doesn't have to be. Get it fixed now and pay later with flexible payment options only at safelight.com.
Thank you for joining me here on News Nation.
No matter where you are, America's fastest growing, down the middle, unbiased, breaking news coverage is always at your fingertips. Download the News Nation app or go to newsnationnow.com to learn how.
Transform your home with Comfort Windows.
He'd always wanted vertical siding. I wasn't really sold on it until I saw how I could select the Tando stone, shakes, accent roofs, and tile it all together.
Hi, Fritz Chantilly here. From decorative accents to shakes to composite stone siding, we have everything to transform your house into your dream home.
Save 50% off installation with 0% financing available. Visit comfortwindows.com and schedule your free estimate today.
When you're seriously injured, your life changes forever. You only get one shot at justice. At Stanley Law, we know how to make it count. Hi, I'm Joe Stanley. Using the Stanley system, we dig deeper, we work harder, and we go above and beyond to find what the others miss. Unlike in life, when it comes to your injury case, there are no second chances. So don't wait. Don't sit at home, alone, in fear. Just get here.
It's the sale you've been waiting for, the Metro Mattress Memorial Day sale. Save 50% off closeouts and floor models. Get a free matching box spring foundation with spring air back supporter mattresses. And special buy Eurotop mattresses, just $219. Save up to $900 on Beauty Rest Black or Tempur-Pedic sets. Plus free delivery and pay no interest for 60 months. The name families have trusted for over 45 years. Metro Mattress.
Metro Mattress, the sleep superstar.
CW Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Truer, upgrade to the world's most technical performance workwear. And by Progressive, save when you bundle home, auto, and motorcycle insurance. Visit progressive.com. A couple of stage points on the board for Sheldon Creed today, ninth in our second run of the day. Let's take a look at Sheldon's Race Fit Health Report, brought to you by Brad Street.
Barbell bench press. Yeah, I like that. It's pretty descriptive. I feel like he's really doing that by seeing all of the depth. Yeah, looking down here. He talked about the beginning of the year, wanting to lose some weight, and he's done a tremendous job at that. He said that it was about health, but also just about the commitment to the team and wanting them to know how committed he was. He was very proud of that. That's hard. It's very hard. Yeah. Good for him. Definitely. So focus on it.
We've got two young kids at home. So what I found is when they eat snacks, I would eat snacks.
For you, one for me.
Give me some of those animal crackers, that shows a lot of
one adds up. Every calorie.
pit stop's going to be big as we wrap the stage, and we remind everyone that William Byron, the 17 team, were able to deliver into stage 1. Got to do it here. Want to hold, serve, maintain track position. Progressive pit road is open. Let's send it to Dylan.
And the first pit stall will be Taylor Gray. Reported that he fired off edgy, and then the car got too tight on throttle the last 5 laps of that run. Changed 4 tires and add fuel. Sam Mayer also got really tight at the end of that run. They're going to take the air pressure out that they put in at the end of the first stage again.
For William Byron, you see the 17 car. He said it was tight and didn't fire off with a lot of grip. Just none. Adam all said we'll work to free it up and get it to hang out longer. Then Bonnet in the 7 car, that's just not Byron. He said free in, tight center, free off. Jim Holden agrees that he thinks the cloud cover is going to accelerate the track changes. He wants to get ahead of it, tap down on the track bar as well as air pressure adjustments.
You know, for where that 17 is pitted, they have been very clean today, getting in and out. That's not easy here. Zillage going in the wrong direction as you watch the race off Progressive Pit Road. Heading toward halfway in Charlotte for the Xfinity Series.
Powerful, majestic, recreational. At Progressive, we treat your outdoor vehicles like the noble creatures they are. And when you bundle them with your home and auto, you can be sure they get the 24/7 protection they deserve. There you go. So they're always ready for your next adventure. Because that's just how we do it around here. Around these parts, around them parts. It's just how we do it here. Because no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. We got the right stuff. We put the hammer right down. Wanna be like us? You better stick around. If you want it, you gotta prove it.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to Tahini?
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Sadly, windshield chips can turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to safelight.com and schedule a fix in minutes. With flexible payment options, get it fixed now and pay later, only at safelight.com.
Vehicle breakdowns are costly.
It started making some really weird noises.
If your check engine light comes on tomorrow, the repair could easily cost thousands.
Here's that transmission.
But with Endurance, you could never pay out of pocket for a costly repair again.
They covered a $14,000 engine replacement.
$1,400. Endurance paid it. Who's going to pay for your next car repair? You or Endurance?
Call right now to get $300 off any plan. Call now.
Hey, Dad, check this out. Baby back ribs. Where does it go? Nobody knows.
Okay, how did you do that?
Honey, he's a magician.
It was sauced perfectly. Will you just at least not do it to the other rib?
Let's just get a closer look. Mom?
5 immersive worlds. One amazing theme park. Our universe will never be the same.
Oh, you gotta see this.
Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort. Next week, it's all about speed on CW Sports Saturday. First, the fastest humans on the planet storm into Philadelphia on Grand Slam track. Who's gonna win the slam? Then, the NASCAR Xfinity Series blazes into Nashville.
It's gonna be a fun one.
Where seasoned vets hope to stay in the spotlight, while fast-rising rebels look to steal their thunder. CW Sports Saturday, live next week at 4 Pacific on the CW.
Can you believe when we go racing next Saturday night, Nashville Superspeedway will begin the second half of the regular season, round 14, NASCAR Xfinity Series. Racing at Nashville Superspeedway, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific. And a big announcement for our summer run of races. Look at some of the guest analysts that are going to join us.
Nice. Kyle Busch will be in the booth in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's always fun to get them up.
Larson will be in the booth.
Especially if
Of Ross, will have Bell
come up and join us.
in the booth.
Some of the insights of what's happening that weekend.
Fucking Syndic, that sucks.
It's been really cool. You guys didn't scare away Kyle Busch in Vegas. So good job on that. So yeah, that was a win, and we got Kyle Larson coming in at Indy during the 500 tomorrow. Has won the Brickyard before. Be a great guy to have to do. Denny Hamlin always has an opinion, whether you like it or not. He has an opinion, which is great. Let him be in the booth, unleash him. That's right. His chance now.
2020 champ Austin Cindric gets things going next Saturday evening in Nashville on CW. How about this?
Byron has a penalty, too fast exiting pit road.
Speeding for William Byron.
That's big.
Have to come from the back after leading 71 laps and sweeping the first two stages.
Wow.
Yeah, I lost first gear part there. Yeah, that's the one. Leaving our stall there. That's all right though. Got a fast car. We can drive back up through there.
Still got half the race left.
Sorry about that, guys. Over half the race to go.
That is so tough. What he's talking about is when you're accelerating from your stall in first gear, you have a mark on the tack basically that shows you what RPM you can be in first gear, and then eventually you get to second to kind of get to your lights. But if you don't have, if you lost that mark visually, you're not seeing it, you can go too fast in first gear. That's what he did. I know he's gutted right now, but for all of us watching, this is going to be really fun to see if Byron can drive back up through the field. He's obviously had the best car all day long, especially on the long run. He's been exceptional those last 10 or 12 laps of a run. See if he can get the restart. He mentioned it didn't fire off quite good enough.
The wheel and caution lights coming on for the fourth time as we end stage 2. Wheeling the official warning lights of NASCAR and America's most trusted manufacturer of emergency lights and sirens. You know, 4 of the 5 times the drivers swept stages here at Charlotte, they did not win the race, including the last 3. We'll see if Byron drive through.
I not want you to say that.
Yeah, I know, but
he wanted to make it shot for us.
All right, coming back green.
Probably can. Allgaier in charge of the field as we hit
Green flag.
automotive restart zone. Love getting with it.
Big move to the outside there.
Here comes Taylor Gray.
Yeah, he pulled out of line a little quick. Sammy Smith's going to slide up in front of him now. It looked like he found that out just right, but he didn't really benefit from what happened right there.
It was really odd. He got up there and suddenly just lost all his momentum. It wasn't a net gain. It usually wouldn't pay off. If you can get to the right side, if the car in front of you, you sort of sidetrack it back to you.
Allgaier nailed it on him to turn 3, trying to get in front of Taylor Gray, and is able to get in front of him. Didn't want to be side by side as they headed back down into turn 1.
I thought Gray might have something for him the way they came off of turn 2. Allgaier jumps out front. Gray is second. They are having a good day as third. Ryan Sieg in the top 5. Tremendous afternoon for that race team. And there's Byron.
Yeah, you got the fast go-kart at the track. Starting back, just kind of like wiggle your way up through everybody, kind of give a courtesy wave as you go by.
That never helped me when I had the fast cars, by the way.
Well, this is, and you talked about this a second ago, Parker, what really hinders you is when they get 2 or 3 wide, and there's just nowhere for you to go. The 17's obviously good on this restart, but if you look at the track, it's just blocked.
And that's when you want to be making the passes is right now, so the tires are their best. You got a restart violation. That would be the 2. So that was too early. Double whammy. I did believe it looked a little aggressive and early. Yeah, you can't go before the start-finish line.
I mean, every restart today, someone is pulled wide. And I was going to say that earlier. Got to keep an eye on it because if you jump out of line too early, you're going to get penalized against Jesse Love. His things are tight. Byron's not messing around, is he?
He's got to go. They tell him before that race to go, but you still have to get going. You've got to get through this traffic, get out of this dirty air, and have a chance to take care of those tires. If you get a long run here, you want to have something for the late in this run, but you've got to make ground now because the cars are the closest together they're going to be. But look at that in front of all that trying to get super sideways, trying to go to the middle now, and just trying to get away from these cars. This is incredibly difficult.
Well, I mean, I feel like we've watched him pass 10 cars, but if you look, he's only actually passed 5 since the restart, and they're definitely going to be easier as they're bunched up, you know, to get more than 1 a lap. See him go to the inside right here, Dean Thompson. And they're just going to continue to get harder and harder to pass and get towards the front. But if that 17 car continues to be really good on the long run, if this stays green, he might be able to work his way back up.
If he gets by Dean Thompson, that will be 21st. Next car he'll see, Harrison Burton, 25, has struggled today. Josh Williams in the 11th. All of this field position as the 17 drives through the field. And here's the penalty for Jesse Love. 6 consecutive top 10 finishes at mile-and-a-half tracks. It's going to be tough to come back from this in the final stage.
It feels like you're going 2 miles an hour as you drive down pit road and everyone else is under green. You're so mad at yourself for making a mistake.
When he goes back and looks at it, you'll see that it was really early.
Right.
It was really easy call for NASCAR. NASCAR there. One thing that's a positive for William Byron, we heard Kim mention, is that they actually loosened that car up. He was already tight when he was out in clean air. That's going to help him a little bit in traffic to have a looser car. You normally get a bit tight in these Xfinity cars as you lose the air on the front of the nose of this traffic in front of him. So that can play in his favor a little bit to be able to keep that pace on the long run as he has to drive through all this dirty air.
Well, and I talked about him only getting by 5 cars for the first couple laps. He already has 10 cars now going past 11 and 12. So it has kind of single filed out. That's actually benefited the 17 as you watch him. Look at that. Ooh, all the way below that line right there. There's so much grip when you can get hooked on it right exit the turn 4 as he slides up in front of Jeff Burton.
He went around Brennan Poole, who's making his 250th NASCAR start today. Congratulations to him on that milestone. Got that stat note from team owner Tommy Joe Martins. He's doing it all down there today as Tommy Joe.
Playing PR person, owner, he's probably running tires back there somewhere.
Look at these teammates. Carson Quapple, the rookie, inside a third-year driver, Sammy Smith, driving the 8. 8 cars. Had a lot going on today, Dylan. What's the story there?
Well, they are rolling right now up inside.
Yeah, old guy is out to a 2-second lead.
For the 6th spot here with teammate Carson Quapple. And just want to reference something that crew chief Philip Bell said at the end of stage 2. He came on the radio, I think it was Channel 2, and just said he finally figured out how to get to the top and run it well in 3 and 4, and that has paid dividends for them. He's been one of the better cars up there here since this restart and able to use that momentum to get by his teammates.
Dylan said that he absolutely sent it to the bottom, slid up in front of Quapple, and then Quapple turned back under him, down side by side, down turn 1. He tried to use the top eventually there in 3 and 4, and now he's back to the top of 1 and 2, but that was a major move down in 3.
Well, look at Creed riding the rim, 0-0.
Well, it is in the buffeting of the air being in traffic. Those tear-offs sometimes will come loose, and that's not too bad, but when it folds over double, you can't see. It's blurry out of that, but you typically look at the top left of the windshield. So he's probably can sit there, and if you get behind it, oh, there it goes. Oh, then if you get behind the car and get some of that air moving around, it'll self-clean. He said, thank you very much.
That's right. I hope it doesn't land on someone's grill and cause an overheating issue.
Well, the irony that hit boss and it would land on something it'd be pretty good, Adam.
That is good writing. That is really good writing by you.
Really insane.
By the way, Jaden, Cindy is not goated in the booth.
Of that 8 car, just up the air, moved it around, and was able to tear that right off.
For a second there, it stuck right in his vision. I was like, oh, no.
And then it decided to release.
Looking at our top 5, Allgaier leads by a couple of seconds over Zillett. Mayer's there in 3rd. Taylor Gray is 4th. He's putting together a great day. And rounding out the top 5, Ryan Sieg. So a lot of really positive stories inside the top 5. Well, you're looking at the eyes here of our race leader. I love the clear visor just for this.
Well, earlier on, I believe when we were on board with him, he had a tinted tear-off on there, on the visor. This means that a cloudy day here in Charlotte. He eventually has taken it off. He gives us a great shot of his eyes. Let's just take a ride and listen to the master at work here in Charlotte.
You'll watch him come off the exit of those corners. He's going to glance up in the mirror here. But if you had a good corner or a bad corner, you just take a peek real quick at what's behind you and kind of then reassess of what you've been doing and listening to your spotter.
This from 11th on back, Brandon Jones. Every time we're on board with Sanchez, it's like he is just working the wheel.
He's going to be tired when it's over, no doubt. I don't think he's turned left once in this race.
I'm tired watching him, actually.
He's the definition of right to go left all day long.
Hey, but if you look in front of this duo, Kim has been telling us during all of our commercial breaks just how hard the 21 team is working for Austin Hill. They're now in the top 10. And right behind him in the 3-car, Austin Dillon, who really has not been able to make much of a play today, but he too is up in the top 10. So good for those teammates being able to make some adjustments and get where they need to be. As we check in on the 17 of William Byron, here he comes.
He was catching quick as well. We had a couple of shots. You could see that blue and white 17 sort of getting larger in the rear end of the 48, and suddenly now goes on by. He is flying through the field.
Well, yeah, and he's going to be in the top 10 here in just a couple of laps. And if you're Sanchez or Chase Briscoe, one of those guys, you know the 17 started last because he speed on pit road. You're like, there's no way that he has already caught us.
That is demoralizing. Oh, there's no way to put it. How about that 17, Kim?
Yeah, they had the speed, and they knew they had the speed. It was interesting talking with crew chief Adam Wall yesterday because he said this is the last race of the Cup Series drivers run in this car. The next race and the next 8 races will be run by Corey Day, and so they came out to win this race and said, we figured out the speed. We had that box checked. Now it's just about winning when we have a Cup Series driver. Before now he moves into driver development mode with Corey Day for the next 8-race run of this Xfinity Series car for Hendrick Motorsports. But remember, William Byron is winless in any series at his home track, so that doubles down the meaning that this would have for them if they get to victory lane here this evening.
Great day for William, and I'm so happy for the success of Adam Wall leading his team. And I would also say, don't rule out the Corey Day. You know, he can win in that car. We saw
Byron's
how
back up
impressive
to
he
12.
was in Texas a few weeks ago.
I mean, think about it as that crew chief, though. It's like 2 different seasons because we have these guys that are Cup Series winners, and then you're going to get a rookie who's really talented.
70 is pitting.
But that's just such
That's
a
some
different
damage.
season for a crew chief and a team.
Leland Honeyman popped the wall, makes it to pit road. You know, I was going to say it might be a good time for a caution for William Byron because he's passed all these cars. You get that, and you tighten up the field to no avail here.
Yeah, Austin
Just
Dillon's
all
racing.
Byron leads. Zilich, Mayer, Gray, Ryan Sieg, the top 5.
What does it mean for Texas A&M University to stand with our veterans?
Honoring those who answer the call of duty has been at the core of who we are since 1876.
We're developing leaders of character,
Training the next generation of military doctors.
and working to fulfill the nation's promise to never leave a serviceman or woman behind.
We foster an environment where veterans thrive
And where loyalty,
Integrity and selfless service.
are more than just words.
because at Texas A&M,
We proudly
We
stand.
proudly
we
stand.
proudly stand with those who have served.
You prepare for the unexpected. So do we. True Work builds workwear offering technical performance fabrics and an integrated workwear system. So you can perform at your best. Work wonders. True Work.
Caitlin Clark from the logo.
Life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo.
Allow me to assist.
Match. Now that's a tomato. Sheboygan.
State Farm with the assist.
Safe like repair.
Perfecting your swing is hard.
Sheldon's pitting.
Safe like repair.
But
Looks like an unscheduled stop.
doesn't have to be. Get it fixed now and pay later with flexible payment options only at safelight.com.
Looks like he's got some damage.
This Xfinity
It's not
Wi-Fi
good.
is booming.
The Wi-Fi is booming like a
10X double unicorn IPO.
Scream me sideways. It's bursting with Wi-Fi.
Now everyone who knows a boom when they soon is going to want to in.
The Wi-Fi's booming.
There's a place no map will show you where GR cars turn into full-blown track beasts. Every apex we nail, every second we shave, it's all knowledge that goes right back into your ride. You in?
More speed, more action, more drama, more emotions, and more adrenaline. This is NASCAR. Real contact. Rivalry without limits. A unique experience without limits. And it's all going down at the Autodromo at Manos Rodriguez. Feel the energy. Feel the intensity. Get your tickets now at NASCARMexico.com.
Folks, we're in the final stage of the race, and it's the perfect time to make yourself a Cabo Wabo smoke show. Just scan the QR code for a recipe to enjoy while you sit back, relax, and watch the rest of the race. Cabo Wabo, the official tequila
of NASCAR.
I like the excitement those fans had on top of the campers. They saw they were on TV.
I thought
They
you were
love lap
say-
122 is what it is.
I thought you were going to say you like my excitement doing the read in anticipation
Well, that's just a given.
our post-race festivities. You're watching the Bet MGM 300 on CW, and you're looking at tires from the 00 of Sheldon Creed unscheduled pit stop, and it's just another in a long list of issues this team has had lately. DNFs in 3 of the last 4, and pops the wall here.
And no excitement for the 00 team on what happened here. So he's already in the wall at this point. We don't know if the right front maybe went down before that. You know, he had scuffed the wall a little bit earlier on. We've seen so many cars do that. We've seen him run the wall, really committed on running the wall. He's usually one that does commit to getting up right on that wall. And that's, you know, that's the margin of error that you have when you do that. That if it goes wrong, you get in the wall and you can cut a tire down.
You know, he's being shown 27th now, and if you look bottom right in our bumper, he is now fallen below the playoff cut line. There's 2 reasons for that. One, he's had problems again, but Taylor Gray starts on the pole, collects some stage points, goes from below the cut to plus 13 as Sammy Smith makes a big run in the 8.
Trying this again.
I mean,
Teammates have just battled this whole run right here. You saw Carson.
Boys.
but hey, if they keep doing that, the next car they're going to see William Byron, who's a couple of seconds back, but he's starting to reel him in a little bit.
They're getting ready to hear 17 outside.
Yes, they are.
That was the same move he tried 10, 20 laps earlier. Just fires it off on the inside of 3 and slides all the way up in front of Carson Baldwin. I think this time it's obviously stuck.
Yeah, Carson got kind of choked down by a lap car, which allowed Sammy to get that run.
As we watch these guys battle, Brandon Jones, Austin Hill, a couple of veterans. 74 laps to go. Let's talk strategy for a minute. Most everyone's got 2 sets of tires left. We know you're going to have to make one more pit stop in regard to fuel mileage. Where do you see this thing shaking out if we do stay green?
I think it depends on who you are, right? I think it depends on who you are, and you know, if you're trying to leapfrog the leader, like if you're Zillage or Mayer, you might try to come a few laps early. But most likely you would split this in half, knowing that you have 2 sets of tires left, so you still have something in the bank if we get a caution late.
I think that's correct. If this fuel window opens here in a couple of laps, I just think that you're most likely then in the window, and it's gonna, especially for Justin Allgaier, if he reacts first, Zillage and his team will have to react to that. If Zillage's team is on pit road, the 7 will have to react to that. We saw at Texas, they reacted too late to the 88 of Kyle Larson there and ended up giving up the lead and losing a lot of time. What ended up getting in a crash was maybe just trying too hard to get back to the field and catch back up to Kyle Larson. So you don't want to give someone a big advantage, especially the tire fall off here. You don't want to be left out there for a couple laps later when others pit.
Yeah, you typically never see the leader pit first. They'll let the 2nd or 3rd place car, you know, pit first, and it's got a 3-second lead. It's probably about a second and a quarter per lap, so he's got a little bit of a window.
Sammy Smith looks good late in the run. It's his teammate Justin Allgaier out front right now with 7:2 to go.
Travel. It's gone from being an adventure to a checklist. But the world is still full of wonder. You just need a better way to find it. Introducing Airbnb Experiences. Master ramen with an award-winning chef. Dive into underground jazz with a renowned bassist. Or see Notre Dame with her. She helped restore it, by the way. Don't just see a place. Experience it.
At Napa, we are the pros that know AC services inside and out. From professional-grade parts to complete system solutions, we have everything you need to keep your customers cool and comfortable mile after mile.
Napa know-how. My oldest daughter, Camilla, she came out fighting. 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx can save you a lot of money. Save you that extra $200-300 a month. You do the math. The money we're able to save with using GoodRx, we're able to do all these extra activities. She can hit hard too for a little skinny thing. So it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Garlic buffalo. Disappear.
How did you do that?
Pass me one of your honey mustards.
Those are dads, all right? I think we've had enough magic at the dinner table.
Let's just get a closer look.
You know, wait.
5 immersive worlds. One amazing theme park. Our universe will never be the same.
Oh, you gotta see this.
Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort.
Ready, tycoons? It's go time. Cash grab! Iggy, I won again? Daddy will be back soon. We're swimming in it now. Nothing beats playing with friends, except bankrupting friends. Give it to me.
Download Monopoly Go and play the new Star Wars event today.
Coming up next, the AVP League kicks off its 2025 season. 10 weeks of non-stop must-see matches as the world's best battle to rule the beach all summer long. The AVP League from Palm Beach coming up next on the CW. Final stage, NASCAR Xfinity Series, Charlotte Motor Speedway, 13th race of the year. And our reigning champ, Justin Allgaier, in charge of the field.
You see the 7 car going through traffic right now. He has made up 2 to 2.5 seconds over the past 4 or 5 laps on the second and third place car. And we referenced this earlier. I think the fact that he can run the bottom is letting him get through this traffic so much better. Because if you can only run the top, when you catch those guys, there's just nowhere to go. I got nothing to add. You just said it perfectly.
Well, he just went by.
What I was thinking.
He just went by Jeff Burton.
You've been working too long.
All great minds, right? He just went by Jeff Burton, who's 23rd, so Burton is now a lap down. And here's the update on William Byron tracking the one of Carson Crawford trying to get to 7th.
So he's made his way through traffic really well here to get into the top 10, but he's just in the last couple of laps, similar to Zillich, lost a couple of seconds to the leader, Justin Allgaier, who continues to vault away from the field. So for William Byron, it's been a net gain in positions, but in terms of the leader, he's gotten further and further away.
Hey, you know, we were talking about the leaderboard, riding on board with Sanchez here. He's only 10 points below the cut line. Rookie driver for Big Machine. It's just been outstanding to watch his growth. And I hate to be telling the other side of it, but it takes me to how Texas ended, how close they were there.
This Texas game
See, everybody still does have to pit.
Can't get him back. That's what's so frustrating.
That's what makes you lose sleep at night. After a race like that, you go home, you're like, gave up so many minutes when I didn't have to. And I wonder if this might be the first time we've gone on board and he's actually steering left.
Everybody will have to make one more pit stop.
You feel like the rear end was sideways there, 3 and 4. He's been able to navigate getting back into the top 10. It's been really impressive to watch him with how loose his car has been. And at times where he feels like, you just feel like he's maybe abused those rear tires too much to have any sort of longevity. And then you look up and he's back in the top 10 and passing cars.
By the way, you saw Creed go by. He's a lap down on those fresher tires. That was not for position.
Yeah, everybody pitted on lap 93.
One lap down is going to be Ryan Ellis, 71. Is scored in the 21st position. Let's get a report on the driver out of Virginia to Carl.
That's about 46 laps to go.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit more about Ryan Ellis's paint scheme. The founders of Zero Beverage are both service-connected disabled veterans. DGM Racing is also honoring the late Colonel Peter Dew Donnelly by adding his name to their Memorial Day race car. Colonel Donnelly was a revered leader in the U.S. Air Force tactical air control party community. Zero's Brett Beverage also has a personal connection with him as well. They dedicated the scheme to all of those that have served alongside him. And they even invited him to the race today. So just another special paint scheme out there.
Thank you, Carla. So many patriotic schemes and so many teams doing an outstanding job of doing the honor and remember on this Memorial Day weekend.
Well, the lead out front continues to grow, and it's all about traffic and Justin being able to get through traffic. And I thought you made a great point. Byron's made up all this ground, but when you look at the distance behind Allgaier, Allgaier still continues to make up time every single lap on all these guys.
Just in the last handful of laps, he lost another 2 seconds, almost 3 seconds to Justin Allgaier, who's just setting such a torrid pace at the front right now. Look at Anthony Alfredo trying to hold off Chase Briscoe. Great run for Anthony Alfredo here today. in
They
13th
flipped the
right now.
switch. You know, like about, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago, they flipped the switch. That 42 team has been really, really consistent inside the top 15.
You know he's smiling from ear to ear, fending off a Joe Gibbs racing car with a cup driver at the helm.
Together
right
for the
now.
pole for tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
We know the 17 brushed the wall a little bit earlier. We don't know how much damage that was, but it's like Nick Sanchez said, Parker, hang on. Watch this. I'll go ahead and go back by him.
Well, that's got to feel good, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. I think there's an issue right here for the 17 to see him pulling down.
Austin Dillon
Also.
comes in the 3. Got to believe scheduled green flag pit stop here. 58 laps to go. You're in the window, and this is about when the anticipated teams to start coming down to make their stop. He was 12th. William Byron going to make a stop as well. Here's the guy that's dominated the race, trying to overcome the penalty, Kim.
Yeah, swept both of the stages before that speeding penalty. And it's funny talking about Adam Wall. He's like, I'm glad not to have a rookie at such a tough racetrack. And then a rookie mistake by William Byron, but he's made it up to the 8th position and stalled out a little bit. So Adam Wall wanted to be one of the first to pit under green. Just building a little bit tight. They'll take 4 fresh Goodyear tires, no fuel. As you see on the right side of your screen, Austin Hill. This has probably been the best that car has been all day. He said it was pretty decent for most of the run. Then at the very end started to build free, and he finally felt like his right rear was shot. He'll take on fresh Goodyears instead of no fuel.
Sammy Smith scheduled pit stop. Taylor Gray giving up a position inside the top 5 to come down. Hiccup for the 42 Young's Motorsports and Anthony Alfredo.
Anthony Alfredo having a problem.
We were just talking about how great a job they've been doing.
Yeah, it looks like it rolled off the jack, but maybe the car went forward and felt the jack, and now they can't get it back under.
Christian Eckes is in. So is
Jimmy
Sam
Johnson
Mayer,
wins the
Dylan.
Coke 600.
It's the marks on the right of the screen. He said that on about lap 135, about 10 laps ago, he was starting to get snug with the balance of that race car. Looks like maybe just an air pressure adjustment, 4 tires and fuel for Mayer. Cam?
As you see on the left side of your screen, Carson Quapple, we do expect the leader, Justin Allgaier, to make it to his pit here shortly. You see him making that slow trek down pit road. He got bitten by a speeding penalty.
Tomorrow's the big day.
In this race, in the final stage, so crew chief Jim Poland reminding him, be very
The
careful
huge
with
day.
your speed here. He said he was tight at the 8th.
The racing day.
A little good, though. He just lacked a little lateral, but overall not bad as they put 4 fresh Goodyear tires on the lead.
So all of the cycles through to Connor Zilic leading. Flat tire now for Taylor Gray, who enjoyed such a great afternoon.
There's a bit of debris flying off this. If it keeps it tagged, this would cause caution. It's going quite fast with that after Detroit. Kim?
We see Connor Zilic, great drive by this rookie here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. His first start here at this track in any series. You see that chassis adjustment. He just tends to build tight throughout the course of that run.
Taylor Gray's pitting.
For this last go, 54 laps to go at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Gray is back in.
Oh, wait.
Tough break for him.
Taylor Gray's back on pit road.
And a number of drivers having problems, and some elected to stay out and run it long. I think that's a smart call because we saw the debris on the racetrack.
There's debris. Caution.
There's the caution.
And there it is. And think about these drivers that are yet to make a pit stop. Jones did not.
So that was about a 16-minute and 49-second green flag run, approximately.
And Jesse Love, you know, he had the penalty on the restart, runs it long, and this could really help his situation late in the race.
What are you talking about,
This is gonna
Jaden?
shake things up.
Big time.
Yeah, because those guys have run just enough on their tires that have pitted that they're not going to be as good as new tires, but they haven't run long enough that you can use the next set. So
It's not going to rain in Indy tomorrow.
fresh tires, be one of the first couple of cars, it's going to be a big advantage for them.
13 cars on the lead lap. Sandy Smith, it's either going to be Mayer or Smith.
Oh, it actually is going to rain tomorrow night in Charlotte.
I have to see a crush pedal exit this race car, most likely.
Fuck.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah. There's carcass, and there's the crush panel, and all sorts of bits.
He did a good job of feeling that and getting slowed down enough, because normally when that tire, left rear tire blows out, it's really hard to hang on to the car.
So this is big. Sam Mayer had just gone a lap down, so he'll get the free pass. And then a bunch of other drivers undoubtedly will take the wave around here.
but we're going to have a lot to sort through when it comes to running order for the restart. And we got to report William Sawalich, when he made his pit stop, was too fast. Penalty for the rookie driving the 18 for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Big fear as you see them pull that tire out of the left rear of Taylor Gray's car is that he gets the brake line. Like you can do without the crush panel, it just fills
A
the
long
car
pink.
with
Oh, I
rubber
see,
and
Jaden.
debris, but if he gets the brake line, it could end your day.
We saw Anthony Alfredo was having that great run in 13th. Their stop ended up being 62 seconds. Wow. 2 laps down outside the top 30. Devastating for him in that 42 team.
Think about the give and take of this, though. We talk about Taylor Gray and the situation for them. Sheldon Creed made the unscheduled pit stop. He now is on the lead lap, and so maybe this cycles back his way. So maybe a stroke of good luck here with the caution coming out when it did.
But I would say Creed's going to be in that position that he's going to have to put that next set of tires.
Because of how long they ran.
Take a chance, right? Like because of how long they ran. So,
but being on the lead lap, right? I mean, that's way better than what it would have been if it ran long and you stayed a lap down and just couldn't make up any positions.
A big saving.
I'm also curious to see what do you do here if you're Justin Allgaier, because he made a pit stop, but he stayed on the lead lap because of the advantage he had. They got one set of tires left too. Do you come here with everyone else in pit, or do you okay? Yep.
I mean, he only ran, I think, a lap and a half, 2 laps.
That's all. Okay.
When he pitted, so I think he's in the best shape of anyone.
Yeah.
He's gonna have the lead.
Take that track position. Yep.
Yeah.
He and Zilich. Zilich was about a lap later on pit road. So they'll assume the lead.
Yep, they're showed at 145, 146. So, yep, like as you guys said, just a couple of laps on those tires, and it should serve them well in regard to track position. By the way, the 17 of William Byron, he had made his pit stop, but he's not one of those drivers that was able to stay on the lead lap. He'll be a lap down and take the waiver out.
Yeah, the one thing about Byron is we were on board with him when it looked like he had an issue. He was in a pretty good position if he could have pitted there, but he probably lost 3 or 4 seconds just down the backstretch as he was trying to get to pit road, maybe thinking he had an issue.
Brandon Jones, through all this, became the race leader. He's going to make his pit stop here under caution. All those guys that hadn't pitted. Go ahead, Kim.
I'll jump in here, Adam. Sheldon Creed going to pit it. I'll pit it. He's going to pit at the top of the screen. And remember, this is their last set of new tires. They had to make that unscheduled stop because of the right front flat for Creed. So this is their final set of stickers going on. They'll make a chassis adjustment to counter a free condition. Jeremy Clemens was really tight on that run. They'll make a track bar adjustment for him, Kim.
And you see taking off Brandon Jones finishing up that pit stop in the bright yellow Menards. Toyota, he was just talking about the running, needing more turn. He was shearing the max. There was a chassis adjustment. And then Brennan Poole, what a gamble for them. He was going to pit, and they yelled at him on the radio, debris, 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 stayed out. And now they get the benefit of this caution.
Talked about the situation for Sheldon Creed. He does make a pit stop here as we anticipated. We'll reset the running order when we return. 50 to go at Charlotte.
You love our legendary subs, so you'll love our legendary new Doritos Footlong Nachos. Doritos and Subway, 2 legends come together to...
Legends eating legends. Am I right?
Yes, thank you, Marshawn. Doritos Footlong Nachos. Just $5, only at Subway.
TrueWorks high-performance workwear keeps you cool and dry when the heat is on. So ditch the heavy denim and get light, stretchy, technical gear that's as capable as you are. TrueWork. No sweat.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting Bateman when you need the protection of Batman.
Easy, Batemobile, not too fast, baby.
And your last words.
Just once, a long one. Dermatologist. That's why you need a real deal.
Go home, Bateman. Do a podcast or something. That's where it's called.
So don't settle for just any insurance when it's State Farm.
Bring the heat with Blue Chew. Speak with a licensed medical provider at BlueChew.com to find out if Blue Chew is right for you.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to tahini it?
At Napa, we're the pros that know how to make your business our business. Pros everywhere you need us, with every part you need. From brake pads to stock your shop in Orange County, California, brake pads, to oil filters for your fleet in Orange County, Florida. It's why we built a nationwide network of parts and exceptional service, all driven by one mission: to keep businesses big, small, and everything in between moving full speed ahead.
Nice Oakleys, Stipe. Where'd you get them?
GovX.com. Man, I gotta get me one of those. Where'd you get it? GovX.com.
Hey, Stipe, nice boots. Where'd you get those?
GovX.com. Use it. Exclusive deals for first responders, military, and law enforcement only at GovX.com.
Heck of a way to kick off NASCAR on Prime. The Coke 600 is going to be a good Memorial Day weekend. It's red, white, and blue. Never won by you. Crew chief's got to keep gas in the tank, Steve. Bring the flag fly here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
All the veterans, those that are serving today, now is why we're here. Now's the time. Let's do it.
Stream the Coca-Cola 600 tomorrow. It's on Prime. Start your 30-day free trial.
This Tuesday on NXT, Ethan Page takes on Ricky Saints for the North American Championship. This is a battle you won't want to miss. NXT, Tuesday, 8 to 7 Central, right here on the CW. That's gotta hurt. Damn. I think you two would be solid.
Oh, yeah. Let me in the ring.
As a tag team.
Let's go. Parker would get into all the makeup on your face. Hell yeah. Let's go. Or your paint.
Let's go Connor Zillich radio. He'll restart second here.
I just lost power. Help's back. You think your voltage was jumping around a while ago when it shut off? It's been pretty steady at 14. Yeah, 10-4. We don't know what it is, but we got some idea, so that's what we do here, bud. Just gotta run it out.
Alright, here we go.
That's not encouraging. No, yeah.
No, wait, nope.
Lights
are back on.
In case it happens on the restart, so they don't get all stacked up.
You know, there's a whole lot to break down here, and we talked about the situation for the 7 and 88 and where they were in a running order prior to these most recent developments we had for the 88 team. So it cycled good for
Alright, now lights are off.
But we have had, in the 41 get the free pass, Sam Mayer, first car, one lap down, 9 different drivers took the wave around. So we went from having less than half the field on the lead lap to now having 23 cars on the lead lap.
And just one thing to expand on what's happening there in the village. Sometimes these series cars, especially very bumpy places, those actual power master switches can kind of go bad and start to move around in their spot. That's sort of why you hear the car shut off, then turn back on. This is a bumpy place. We talked about it. That could be really disconcerting going around those racetracks when somebody starts cutting out like that. But that usually is that main master switch you have in the car to turn electrics on.
Brandon Jones has played this strategy quite nicely, Kim.
Yes, he has. Currently sits in the 4th position. You guys were talking to him about him sitting behind Connor Zillich, with Connor kind of having that stumble issue. I hadn't heard anything on the radio in terms of them telling Brandon about Connor's issue, but when I was talking to Brandon yesterday, one of the things he wanted to work on...
He won't have to go to the rear?
That's why he ran the truck race yesterday, is because
I've never...
More of an animal.
That's weird, Jaden.
An animal on restart.
Is that true?
He feels like he's lost a little bit of his edge, and so he was coming into this race...
I've never heard that.
Very aggressive on restarts.
Like, I've always heard that, like, if you miss the driver's meeting or driver intros, you go into the rear. That's always been the rule.
And they're holding the 3 of Austin Dillon because he gets the wave around, but they actually duel the car.
All right, back green.
Do that. So it'll be 22 cars on the lead lap. Everybody coming through the Echo Park.
But, like, when Kurt Busch missed driver's meeting and driver intros in 2014, he had to start in the rear.
Restart's able to take control of this race and go wherever he wants right now. The 88 actually hung on pretty good on the outside. Gonna have a big run down the backstretch. Can he do anything with it? Gonna get right to the rear bumper of just now. Gonna push him down the backstretch to get real bumpy there. You gotta release him into the corner. Now chooses to go in the middle, trying to get some clean air. Maybe a run on the 7 on the front stretch.
Look at Dean Thompson, guys. 26. How great is he on this restart? You play the strategy right. You come down pit road after running it long. Fresher tires and out for second.
Awesome.
This is outstanding. Harrison Burton, who we haven't talked about.
Oh, someone in the wall. That's Zilic.
Zilic up high. Zilic got a little bit too high and then got into the wall. He's going to be mad about that, no doubt. Crowder's definitely not going to appreciate that. No, now it's put them both in a bad position, vulnerable. Now you see Harrison Burton on the inside. Let's see what Zilic decides to do right here. I know what he'd like to do.
Yeah. He'd like to see that 26 not in his way. It's probably not on the racetrack right now.
It doesn't look like the 88's hurt, though. I mean, it looks like it still has pretty good speed. It'd be interesting to see if his wheel is knocked out, if any of the alignment. Storm, you see right here the 26. Well, we got on that a little late. He pushed him up quite a bit earlier into the corner.
Was here. There's this move.
Thought he was clear.
He tried to clear.
No, caution.
Just didn't work. We got a caution. Oh! What do you want to say, Mayor?
Sam Mayer. Damn. That was a minute and 36-second green flag runabout.
That was almost disaster twice. Oh, caution of the day.
And the Red Sox game is underway.
Allgaier leads. Harrison Burton second, and the two drivers third and fourth not happy with each other. Zilic, Dean Thompson.
Dean Thompson's in third.
The other side of that is that Dean, has not spent a lot of time up front. Connor spent a lot of time up front. When that happens, you kind of even get more frustrated because you think, hey, I've been here all day.
Right. Where'd you come from?
Right. Looks like the right front went down on the entry. Yeah, and it's where did you come from and why do you want? Oh my goodness. Sammy Smith went around, and then this gets really close between Nick Lights and him.
Mayer was running 13. Remember, he had gotten the free pass.
That doesn't get any easier to see, even though we know the outcome.
This is after the yellow flag was in the air. When you see the Wheeling caution lights, and then there's contact, you know someone is not happy. Here's 88 radio.
Well, don't have anything to add.
Yeah, we would agree, Connor. That checks. It was one of those things, though, that the 26 was probably clear for just a second. It felt like he had what he needed, and he tried to get back away from it. It was just too late. Kim, do you have more on the 26 car?
Yeah, Dean came on the radio and said, I did not mean to race him like that. I just got a little bit tight.
So let me ask you this question, because, Dean Thompson having a great rookie season.
Yeah.
And in many situations, you would say over-delivering. But it's not often that he finds himself restarting inside a 50 to go mile-and-a-half track on road 2. He doesn't have experience in those situations. I'm not trying to justify anything that happened there, but this is all about learning as a rookie, right?
100%. And I mean, we all know Dean. He's not the malicious, like, going to try to wreck you. He was going, for the position that he wanted. Here's the thing: you get up front and you're like, how is he going faster than me? I'm already wide open. Like, I got wide open earlier than I have all day long. But the ADH, just has had a super fast car all day. All these cars have that damage on the right side. Everybody, it's almost like about 90% would be. It's just the friendly. This does nothing. Makes you feel just slightly better. Yeah. So I wanted to know that I'm mad, but really change it. That's what I do up here in the booth to you all the time.
Marcelo Meyer is making his MLB debut.
It's super. None of bands want the best, y'all. Take a chance that I bet y'all won't. I got a plan and it ain't about money. It's super.
Wounded Warrior Project empowers post-9/11 veterans and their families with life-changing programs and services.
I faced my PTSD, and I'm a better husband and father because of it.
We help warriors get the expert care and support to thrive.
I got involved. I got healthier. I got to be an athlete again.
Through our programs, community, and advocacy, we're proving anything is possible. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/connect.
The impetus for Element was just a recognition that my health was impacted by inadequate electrolytes. There was nothing on the market that met the needs. It tended to be super high in sugar, woefully inadequate in sodium. When I finally did get my electrolytes on point, it was like a light switch was flipped. We've seen this play out across thousands of health journeys. I hope Element can be just as meaningful for you.
What causes a correct? Is it Peyronie's disease or somebody I can talk to for help?
I got somebody for that.
I got somebody for that.
I got somebody for that.
You guys got somebody for Peyronie's disease?
There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Peyronie's disease, or PD. A urology specialist who treats PD can help you create a plan, including non-surgical options. Find somebody today at gogetsomebody.com.
Cloudy day, Concord, North Carolina, Charlotte Motor Speedway, NASCAR Xfinity Series. After a couple of weeks off, back at it, we've been entertained here today. You know, you look at it and Justin Allgaier leading is, I mean, there's nothing surprising about that, right? He's had a great afternoon, but there's been so much in this race, especially in the final stage. Anytime a caution comes out in the midst of a cycle of green flag pit stops, you know some things can get out of balance, and they have here. In fact, when you look at the top 10, Harrison Burton, I mean, we have not talked about him today, but you run it long, you're able to come down pit road, get your service under caution, you're in the game. Same for Dean Thompson. Brandon Jones was able to do that. Sheldon Creed kind of back in the game, benefiting from the caution coming out when it did.
Yeah, those guys, they've played the race they had, right? And it's worked out well for them. The people this really benefits, though, is Allgaier and Zilich, because the competition they've been racing for the lead of this race are 5 rows back. And if we don't get a caution, they're going to be the 2 they're going to battle for the win right here.
And now we get our golden moment, brought to you by Golden Corral. I feel like multiple times today, Sammy Smith has had a golden moment. But watch this.
This is one. He had a Brown moment right here. I'll tell you right now, that got... I wasn't going to say it, but you did, and I'm proud of you.
We cut to Anthony Alfredo, right? He has a spot.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. He might need that.
Hey, you were talking about the situation, though, for Allgaier and Zilich, and I really thought Brandon Jones with a couple of laps fresher tires, track position might be able to do something, but last restart, you know, he was up there and unable to.
Him and Harrison Burton, you know, before all this cycle happened, was sitting around 19th to 20th, and now it's back up at the front row. What a change in fortune for that 25 team here today. Even if they fall back 5, 6, 7, 8 positions, still a big game.
William Byron, by the way, on the lead lap back in 15th for the restart. 38 to go.
All right, back green.
As we hit the green flag again.
38 laps to go, green flag.
25 struggling to get going. Brandon Jones thinks better of getting to the outside of Zilich. Zilich is going to be in a tough position right here.
This is a big move for Sheldon Creed, the outside of Dean Thompson. Zilich got stuck there, back to losing another position. But Sheldon Creed now sets his sights on Justin Allgaier. And Clean Air's going to feel great for the hero.
Let's give some love for Jeremy Clements in the top 10. Jesse Love coming back from the restart penalty. 2 cars 8th right now. Chet Burton had a different strategy today in the top 10. Looking to have a huge game when you talk about his points on the afternoon.
What about Sheldon Creed, guys? Well, we talked about he's on his different strategy, but what looked like could have been a disastrous day. We talked about, well, he's out of the playoffs at this point because of what was happening. This race has really turned around, and if you don't get another caution, he's going to end up with a tremendous finish.
Well, he deserves it because he's had a lot of bad luck. And if you look at the points now, he's at plus 27. I did not see that coming. He made that unscheduled pit stop.
Zilich did not have the restart that he needed to be able to go contend with Allgaier for the win. They got jumbled up with the outside row, couldn't get going. He's back up to 3rd now, but he's a second behind, and you're going to have to race here a little bit again with his buddy Dean Thompson.
And he's going to need to make quick work of this, of Dean Thompson. He's got to get that clean air. He's got to clear him off 4.
I was hoping for a little mulligan right there. Like, hey, pay me the favor back right
Give me
now.
a little racing room, please.
And they might have reminded Dean on the radio, let's be real careful how we handle the 88 here.
Probably good advice.
But I think speed-wise, at times, Zilich has shown to be able to keep up with the 7, but it was late in that run. He had the long run near the green flag there. lanes. Some of that I feel like Stillage just had to work harder in more traffic. And he's going to have to again. Yeah, once again, do that. So it's just handing the 7 and back. Major advantage.
Right front damage, 19, Chase Briscoe.
Ooh, he's taking a chop of his fender here.
I'm going to guess that happened on the restart. The cars were all jumbled up, and yeah.
Or were they hungry and thought it was a piece of cracker? A Lance cracker. He was my goodness.
Well, that wasn't anything that Briscoe could do right there. You saw Ryan Ellis get into the outside wall, and it bounced down. Oh, it almost looked like the tire went flat right there. He's going to get slow.
Want to see a caution. Sheldon Creed. And they're out of tires, right? So everything that happens on track, you're like, everybody just mind your P's and Q's and get it back to the pit lane. Because they've taken a challenging day, turned it into an outstanding day, but they're down a set here because of the way things have cycled. And if caution comes out now and a lot of guys decide to pit, that's going to be a tough.
Well, the 19 is slow on track, and he's coming to pit road. No caution.
Chase Briscoe on the pole for tomorrow's Coca-Cola 600. 10th driver all time to win the Daytona 500 pole, Coke 600 pole in the same season, but his return to the Xfinity Series has not been kind.
He's going to be happy to get in the Cup car tomorrow, let me tell you, because it's been a long day for him over here on the Xfinity Series side. Not at all what we were expecting when we saw him getting that 19 car this weekend.
How about this for 6th?
Splitting Harrison Burton down into turn 1. Brandon Jones, you talked about it. I was the same way. I thought a little bit fresher tire might be in great position, but the Woody car just does not have the speed that it looked like it had earlier in the race.
So you see the lights even have an effect right here. Oh, Harrison Burton got in the wall in the entry of turn 3 a little bit. Able to get away with it. You know, this track is really cooled down. We talked about historically this race is normally middle of the day. It's now later in the day right now. We're sort of heading into that dusk time. It's been cloudy all day, and I think the track has really changed a lot because when you look at the 20, he's had speed at times, but it's sort of gone away from that. Maybe just to keep up with the track correctly, those adjustments, when it's happening so quickly with this cool redemption.
Well, historically, Charlotte probably has the biggest swing from hot to cold. It's been that way before the repaved years ago, and it's been that way ever since. Just a super challenging track.
What do we call it, Adam?
The Beast of the Southeast?
Yeah, that's why. I was going to be disappointed if you didn't know the answer.
I'm glad I did know the answer, because if I didn't, I know someone on this broadcast would have called me out.
I would have, for sure. Well, the one car that it has not affected the weather or the change is Allgaier. Still just laying down incredible lap times out front.
You know, he's just been unbelievable on the 1.5 miles this year. Talk about the wins in Las Vegas and Miami. Stout at Texas. Won a stage leading all those laps. And then unfortunately got involved with a lapper in a green flag cycle. But top to bottom, he's been as good on the intermediates as anybody this year.
And coming into this race here at Charlotte, the last 3, he had led 40-plus laps in each one. He's at 70 laps led in this one right here. We asked him on the pre-race show, why does this track suit you so well? And it's just, this is his driving style in a lot of respects. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to know when to sort of take advantage of having new tires, but then how to take care of those tires over the long run. It just falls in all his veteran experience and what he likes to do in a race car. And even though we've talked about how he's so good at the bottom, he hasn't had to do that
Right at the top now. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, I thought the same thing when we went on board with him. Running right against the fence. Obviously, the car feels comfortable up there, but big commitment, you know, every single lap. Look at how close he is. Turns down just a little bit on exit. That wall will jump out right there. You see some tire marks on the outside where everybody gets into it. He just looks so relaxed inside the car.
We talk about what a great veteran he is. When we come back to Charlotte in the fall and run the Roval, that's a playoff race. It'll be Justin's 500th career start in the Xfinity Series.
Long time.
And think about, I mean, it's not just coming here and logging laps. The guy is so competitive. I mean, talking a veteran, how about the rookies? On board, Nick Sanchez, Dean Thompson not going away in the 26. And it's opened the door for Carson Kvapil, who's really been advancing since the restart.
Oh, Carson Kvapil's so loose on the exit right there.
So Nick Sanchez is at 8 spots. So the walk start right here. Oh, wow. I didn't see that. My goodness. Wow. What a camera shot. Sideways. Carson Palmer's going to be able to clear both of those guys. Sideways.
If you want to be entertained, go back and watch the onboard camera today. Wow. Nick Sanchez, just all 200 laps. He has been all over, absolutely working himself to death inside that Chevrolet.
It is absolute cinema to just be on board this 48 car all day. It is the definition of turning right to go left. Each and every lap. He thought maybe quite tightened up. Then he just did 2 massive drifts in one corner.
Well, it's hurt his speed a little bit, right? You get the rear tires so hot from drift around the corner. He goes from trying to get by Dean Thompson to now Carson's cleared both of them, and he's still behind Dean.
It may look cool, but those tires don't think it's they'll let you know quickly. In the rear grip, they'll now have to let it sort of calm down for a couple laps, try to keep that car straight as an arrow, and then you can start to lean on those rear tires again as they start to regain the grip and sort of cool down.
Let's get an update on race leader Justin Allgaier, Kim.
Yeah, Justin at the point. A little bit of a redemption race this year after having it all through their fingers last year. They swept both stages last year, then a speeding penalty, and then got in a late race crash. And it's no surprise Justin's at the point. JRM has won all 3 of the mile-and-a-half races this season. Justin winning 2 of them at Vegas and Miami. Where is the driver of the 7's head right now? Take a listen to their...
Oh, caution.
And we'll interrupt you on that, Kim, because the caution is out 7th time today.
Carson Quapple's around.
For the one of Carson Quapple. Talked about all the great moves he'd been making since the restart. Was running 7th when he went sideways.
It's down at 3 and 4.
So it was about a
pretty sideways a couple times.
8-minute and 44-second green flag run, approximately.
We missed our pit box here.
I'm gonna go pee.
Pee really bad. We missed the pit box. Yeah. It just happened to be near cutout.
The body language of the car showed anger.
He's by himself. Oh, he gets loose. Oh. All right, I have something to admit. I did that exact same thing in this race here last year. I actually ended up hitting this inside wall down here at the pit wall. He gets away with it. He did it way better. But that's, you get lulled into a sense of security running that top side. You see all that sealer on there. That's the bumps. You can only see the ripples in the racetrack. And sometimes if you just overcook it a little bit, that right rear starts to almost hop as we go on board with Nick Sanchez. Look, you see that wiggle hop, and then the car's gone. You've overheated the rear tires. There's no grip. It starts bouncing almost over those sealers and those bumps, and away she goes. And that's where you end up spun out.
Yeah, and Sanchez was like, well, I thought I was loose, but yeah, that's loose.
Free pass Austin Dillon. 22 cars on the lead lap. You know, if you're Allgaier, you last pitted at 145, so you got over 30 laps on your tires here. Sheldon Creed, we know, didn't want to see the caution because he has no tires, at least no stickers left.
Yeah, this is going to be a great time to come in and get your last set.
Basically, anything under 30 laps to go, you've got a set. You're going to take it, unless you want to take a big risk and see if you can leapfrog the field.
I want him. Oh!
He stayed out. How about that? So does Creed, so does Love. A host of others making pit stops under caution. Just over 20 laps to go, Dylan.
Nick Sanchez will be the first one to peel off. He told Patrick Donahue, the crew chief, don't change anything. I don't want to be too tight on this final run. They'll just put their last set of sticker tires on and add fuel. Kim?
As you see the 88 of Connor Zilic, they'll put fuel and sticker tires on it. He was reporting just a little bit tight condition. He's been battling that all day, so you see that chassis adjustment to try and free him up for this last run.
Your reaction?
Well, in the report, if I was Nick's crew chief, I would be like, yeah, no problem, but we're not changing a thing, and I'd type it up right now. A little bit. Just give me a little.
This is going to be really, really interesting. William Byron among the drivers that made a pit stop there.
I don't think there's enough buffer, guys. Like, you needed like 10 cars to stay out right here, and he's going to have about 4, 5.
Wow. Here's Allgaier radio.
It's open pit. Stayed out. I relayed your message. Yeah, I know. I said pit, but whatever. We got what we got.
had some miscommunication. They started the day with some communication issues.
Right, that could be something that played out right there because we didn't really hear a dispute like of between the driver and the crew chief.
It was actually a 9-minute, 36-second green flag runabout.
Well, hold on, I'm paying. 5 cars stay out. You got Allgaier, we talked about Creed, Jesse Love, you saw. 27 of Jeb Burton. And the 31 also stays on the racetrack, Blaine Perkins. Let's get more with his 17 radio, Justin Allgaier and his group.
I know this isn't what you wanted. If it doesn't work, I'll take the blame for it, but I feel like I got you on this one.
I like optimism. All right, ball's in your hands, bud. He's definitely had the best car since halfway through this race, and we heard them, say pit, but I just am curious if Justin hurt just because of the radio issues that they had earlier in the race. And one thing I like here though is that no one beat anyone up, right? Like they're a team, they're going to win together, they're going to lose together.
Well, and I feel like winning the championship last year has just changed the attitude and feel for this, entire group, right? I mean, everybody has just had a different approach. And you want to win, they're competitors, but when you have 2 wins in the bag, you're the overall leader. Sometimes in the big picture, it can soften the blow. And maybe I'm overselling that side of it, but so if you look, I mean, you see top 5 left of the bumper, all those are the drivers that stayed out. Mayer came down pit road, was the first off, but he only took 2 tires, and I'm not sure what they had left in their pit box.
36 is a lot of laps.
Yeah,
that's a lot of laps.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
But we also know that, clean air is a big deal, and then you go to, who they'll be racing and who he's been racing with, and some of those guys are going to have a lot of ground to make up here.
You've got Brandon Jones and Nick Sanchez and Zillich.
I wonder if Sheldon can win today.
Brand new 4 tires. We saw what Jeff Burton was able to do after 20 laps in the tires. In stage 1, he went from the back into the 5th in just less than 20 laps.
Here's the choose. The Allgaier Creed front row. Hey, don't write off Jesse Love now. I mean, and he feels like the Xfinity Series owes him one because he was able to finish the deal late, and Rockingham gets the penalties DQ'd. So, the penalty today, if he can overcome that and win, how special would it be for him?
See, Sanchez is going to be in the outside row, 4 or 5 rows back. I like being on the top if I have tires because it gives you options. If they go to the top, you go to the middle. If they're in the middle, you can go to the top. So I like the position Sanchez is in, having the best tires, and I think probably restarting in the best line if that outside can get going. Because we've seen the outside struggle on sticker tires to get going. This will be a huge challenge for Sheldon Creed and Jesse Love in the outside to get that momentum going. I'd want a little bit of a faster restart if I was them.
Yeah, if it gets stacked up like we've seen a couple times, that could really hurt the 48 because he's going to have to wait till after the line to pop out and go to the 3rd groove, which we saw Jesse Love get caught out before.
And I hope they remind him of that by being patient, right? If I'm the spotter,
all right.
Listen, somebody's
getting ready to go green with 17 laps to go.
Usually your spotter will sort of
It's going to be an intense finish. I hope Sheldon can win.
By the way, one at the line, and then you make your move. And that's really a key thing that the spotter can help you with as you get to that line.
William Byron back there in 11th. Actually going to be in the outside lane, so 11th prior to the choose. Front row, Allgaier and Creed. 17 laps to go. When we return to the green flag, here they are.
Green flag.
Automotive restart zone.
Nick went to the top, and Jesse Love was there.
Oh, trouble! There's Crash. Caution. So that was about a 15-second green flag run.
Left front camera 2.
Had a great camera with the tires with the caution there. That sort of gave a ton of track position, was in a good position there, track position-wise. Blaine Perkins, similar situation.
Well, and it's just a product of people being on all different strategies on this restart. We was some room up there. It actually looked like, if you look right here, he's going to get to the outside, the 31. As they go through a little dog leg. Nick actually even went to the left, maybe trying to...
Well, and it's Brandon Jones moving up to the middle as well that caught Blaine. Perkins shoved him into Nick Sanchez into the 2. So if you look there, this is the move by Brandon Jones. And that sort of sets off the domino effect of cars bumping into each other.
Blaine was in just a terrible, not his own fault, just in a terrible position with the 20 car trying to get to the middle. And then the 48 on that right rear and just sent him around right here.
Saw some damage rear bumper Ryan Sieg, who was just about out in front of him. You know, we got 22 on the lead lap. Jeb Burton up to second. Gosh. The only drivers that come here are those that got a little bit of damage in the dust up. Actually, Jesse Love there. There you see the bumper. The damage I talked about for Ryan Sieg.
Yeah, NASCAR would have made them come in anyway and fix this situation.
We'll go to break. It'll be just over 10 laps to go. When we go green again here at Charlotte. Allgaier leading. Can he hang on? Here's the reason for the...
So Marcelo Meyer is about to make his MLB debut. Well, the game is technically his MLB debut, but
There's a reason they don't call him
after Trevor Story hits, he'll be up next.
Because of dirt bike
Gas stations. Poof.
You gotta start at the top and work your way down. You want me to do yours next? Oh, you're from Oklahoma.
They have to fill the silence.
The bathroom code's 9914.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Look at this hot rodder.
Safe like repair. Perfecting your swing is hard.
Nice shot, Dad.
And yeah, Marcelo Meyer will be the second Red Sox player who is younger than me. He is younger than me by 3 days shy of 6 months.
Even if that's right in your driveway.
Have a good day. I love you.
SafeLight makes it easy. Go to safelight.com and schedule a replacement today.
SafeLight repairs, SafeLight replace. Woo!
This is the story of the one. The one knows that when the big game is days away, the unexpected can put everything on the line.
All right, so Marcelo Meyer will make his debut
And a teammate like Ranger,
with 1 out and 1 man on first in the bottom of the second inning. Yeah, he is good. The number 4 prospect in all of baseball, number 1 prospect, or number 2 prospect on the Red Sox.
The Weber Spirit Gas Grid. See what chemicals for sharing and smoking. And the rust-resistant Weber Stay Quick. From burgers to breakfast, Ace is the place for your perfect Weber grill.
savory, juicy, and hold up.
271 in AAA.
Crispy, zesty, crunchy perfection. Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only 6 minor league games at third.
We got a lot of work to do before the afternoon is over at Charlotte Motor Speedway. But a reminder, the fun continues tonight at 8 Eastern Time Pacific. It's
Manager Chad Tracy said he has had a knack for the big moment.
We'll see you at 8 o'clock Eastern right here on CW.
Both those pitches get ahead.
Diving into sand, you know?
Some of these drivers probably felt like volleyball.
3.
Green light. First big league at bat.
Red Sox all happy.
In that accident. And I don't know.
Tommy Matt just waiting to get that first big league hit behind Cora.
All right, getting the juice here. 3-1 count. Getting the juice here, 1 to go until we go back green. Go back green with 12 to go. Full count here for Marcelo Meyer, his first ever MLB at bat. I had to watch this.
Fans are excited for him. They have been following his career a while. There's the 3-2.
He is on overtime, but
That's strike 3. But he made it to a full count in his first AB. And then strikes out.
At this point in the race, and I feel like we could have another caution because we know what restarts are like in this situation, especially as Jamie said earlier, when everyone's out of balance on the tires. But I'll tell you what, Jeff Burton, when we talk about being 0-1, we know how it didn't go his way in Talladega. Maybe today is his day. And if so, man, what an afternoon and what a celebration it would become for Jordan Anderson Racing.
That'd be quite a shock.
Major upset in the Bet MGM 300. Cash money.
Long shot.
All right, 12 to go. Allgaier, Burton front row. Second row, teammates Mayer and Creed. Watch Zilich inside lane, Sanchez outside lane.
All right, back green.
Here we go again at Charlotte.
Outside did pretty good here. Sanchez pops the outside again. The third row. He didn't gather any momentum up there.
A little bit of a tire rub on.
Oh, trouble. Caution.
32. Caution is out again.
So that was about a 17-second green flag run.
Possibly gained 2 or 3 positions there, so he's going to be a row or ahead.
Those new tires are such an advantage middle off of a restart. That the speed starts getting built up.
Got his leg with some damage here.
Yeah, J.J. Yaley you saw involved in that as well in 53. Chris Wright and the 5 are going to make a pass down pit road.
I would continue to say this benefits Allgaier the most.
Oh, now
the more of these laps that we can run under caution, he's totally fine with that.
Always pressure in these situations, and I know you drivers, I mean, you're going to put it on your shoulders no matter what the situation is. But given the miscommunication and the fact that he stayed out and he said, I'm going to put it on myself, I got to say, he is feeling it in there and would love to deliver it as we go back and look at what happened outside the top 30 here, Legg and Yaley.
Oh, JJ.
Not sure where he was going right there.
Real awkward angle there through the dog leg, and didn't come up that much as you're going into turn 1 on side-by-side on restart.
And you got the
it's
turn.
Like something's broke.
It's like, yeah, it's like the car just
steering
took off.
broke or something. There's no reason that he would do that.
Let's say you got the turf there in the ball field right here front straightaway, but once you get over into turn 1, that's all grass, and that doesn't help things either as far as damage.
You have to have very little wheel in the car even to make it turn there.
It looked like the car just literally turned
like almost like a right front went down or something. It was a miss in front of that race car. The way it sort of took off and hit Captain Legg in the left rear.
I saw Connor Zilich right here, pretty big tire rub when he tried to exit turn 2 on that restart. I'm assuming at this point in the race you hope that self-clearance is itself, but it was pretty heavy smoke.
You'd be hot committed at him at this point.
Let's get a report there, Kim.
Yeah, quick JRM update. The 88 of Connor Zilich does have a left rear tire rub. They were trying to decide whether or not it was bad enough to bring him in. They asked him to weave to try and get that fender back out. But right now we're catching up with crew chief Jim Coleman, calling the shots for Justin Allgaier. First of all, that decision earlier for him to stay out, what was going through your mind when you saw him swerve back on the racing surface?
Well, obviously not the happiest. I think I probably gave him some wrong information where I thought there was going to be some less laps. And when he looked in his mirror and seen the 00 staying out, I think he felt like a lot of other guys were going to stay out. So not completely on him. I'll take some of the blame on that. But I think it's going to work out, hopefully, here. These cautions are definitely helping us cycle back to the, cycle back even to the fresher tires. So hopefully we can hang on.
What are you telling your driver at this point?
He's the best.
There you have it. He's the best. We'll see what Allgaier can do here in these final laps.
I just remember 2 years ago.
Jimmy's running 17th. That's kind of crazy.
Finished it Memorial Day night on a Monday because there was so much rain over the weekend. Allgaier went on fuel mileage, and just watching Jim Coleman on the pit box, he was a nervous wreck.
So calm
right?
now,
And now he's like, yeah, I'm just telling him how great he is, and we'll go win this thing.
Well, his biggest threats have gotten closer on this restart.
Sanchez is in a really good position here. If he can get a clean restart.
Hey, Sanchez won the truck race here a year ago.
Did.
And
Yeah, similar situation. Came on late in that race as well. Got to the lead and didn't relinquish it.
You saw him pull on the line pretty early. Once you get a car loads up like right here, though, you just start generating so much more grip for these guys that are on old tires. He made a good decision right there, though, not to force to the outside. You see 27 getting into the wall.
so I'm guessing if you're Jeff Burton and that happens, you're not happy. Let's get confirmation. Here's the breakaway.
248, like, just ran over us. Fucking idiot. Somebody needs to break his teeth in. Every week he's doing something stupid.
I've never heard that saying. I don't have to break the teeth in.
Hey, I saw Jeff's dad board down in the garage area today, and I just love the energy, the enthusiasm, and the passion that they bring. And hey, this is heat of the moment stuff. We know, we've heard it before. Totally. But, man, I love where they are with it. I go back to what I said about Talladega and just how steadfast they were in their position on that finish.
Hey, the other way to look at it, Jeff, is he was trying to help you go forward. You know, just a little bit. It's not the new tires. It's got a ton of momentum. Exactly. It's sort of what he was trying to do at that point, but propel him forward because he had such momentum. It's just an awkward place, whereas Jeb is on older tires, struggling for grip. 48's got new tires, loves the grip, trying to make it go forward.
Yeah, and I get Jeb's side, right? He's starting on the front row. He's like, look, let's just get straight. Like, I know I'm on older tires.
It's the
but it's hard to be
Chester.
patient when you have the new tires. You want to capitalize on the restart. Sanchez is going for a win right here, right? He's like, man, I've put myself in the best position to win this race, having the best tires.
So if you were to go back room with like 6 laps to go.
The significance of mile and a half, 2 of them in the playoffs. And we said it earlier, Justin Allgaier has been outstanding when you look at these intermediates. So we rewind early in the year, back to the month of March. Allgaier gets it done late, gets it done in Las Vegas. You know, just so good out there. And then he delivered late at Miami. Remember how good Kyle Larson was that day? We get a late caution. Allgaier comes home strong on the restart. Those are his 2 wins this year, and I thought the hat trick might come in Texas in our last race through a cycle of green flag pit stops. Gets into Chris Wright, ends his day.
What put him in that position was sort of losing out on the cycle, the 80 of Kyle Larson. They went too long in the 7. He was stuck in traffic, lost a ton of time, was trying to make that up. Gets to that sort of disagreement of where Chris Wright was going to go on the racetrack. Took some blame on himself, but also I think you can look at Chris Wright in that situation where he was not able to hold a single line through that corner, and therefore it made it tough for Justin to choose at a high rate of speed which way to go.
Gonna do the choose, 7 to go.
All right.
Sanchez, of course, goes to the outside with those 4 new tires. Expect him to do exactly what we saw at the restart before and try to time it perfectly to pop the outside of Jeff Burton.
Yeah, and Jeb's going to have to be self-aware and know how impatient that Nick might be going for the win on this restart. Allgaier hopes that Nick is not patient right here.
Allgaier's hoping for one of those outside restarts we've seen from a couple people today, where they spin the tires to the outside, hold up that outside lane.
It could happen.
Sheldon is in the second row. I think he's restarting 3rd.
And that'll crush Sanchez as well because you can't pull out a line. So you get past the start-finish line, so that'll put him even more behind.
We talk about the patience that Nick needs to have.
He's going to go back room with 6 laps to go.
Bumper too hard of the 27. Don't help me. Yeah, don't help his rear tires on the restart, causing the spin them worse. You're going to have way more grip to him. Try to time it perfectly that you give him a shot maybe when it's going to help him, not hurt him.
2nd to 5th in the running order on the restart have not been to victory lane in 2025. Going to be 6 to go when we put the green flag in the air. Pace car will come to the pit lane, and the drivers will make their way to the Echo Park Automotive restart.
All right, back green.
Half a dozen
6 laps to go. Green flag's in the air.
Jeb got a solid restart there. It didn't allow the 48 to the outside. He's going to try and stick it for almost 4 wide at one point. Feeling
Damn.
they're smoking that left rear. Nick with momentum on the outside.
Yeah, Sanchez in a great position. He's going to have all this momentum down the backstretch. I just wonder, will Zilich's tire make it to the end? It looked like it was running really bad in turn 1 and 2.
Mm. Zillow's just still catching him, though, even with the fucked tire.
Takes away the round, and he is there.
All guys need these guys to race so that they can get side by side. He can maybe get away. He's in a vulnerable position right now. As you see Zillow's.
Wow, Zillish is gonna pass him with a fucked tire. Zillish to the lead.
Here comes Zillow's.
Oh, caution.
Waiting in the wings is firing, and here's the yellow flag.
10th caution of the day.
On these restarts. Kyle Sieg. This is going to take a while to clean up, too. It's going to
This will be overtime.
I think for all
So it's about a 9-minute and 55-second green flag run.
Hope that he can get a good restart. Those guys race each other because he was a sitting duck right there. Had 3 guys with better tires.
If they make it down to turn 3 or 4, he's no longer in this race.
No, not a 9-minute. I'm fucking stupid. It was just about a 55-second green flag
He's
run.
been basically a sitting duck if we ran any more laps green.
What I will say, though, now is he doesn't have the buffer. I mean, the drivers that are up there with him are those drivers on the fresher tires, and he's going to earn his money if he's able to hold him off in this situation.
I can't believe Byron might have gotten back in this. Like, he was 10th a couple of restarts ago. Probably been a little lucky to miss the carnage, right, on some of those, but man, he's put himself back in a really good position right here. I really thought the 48 was going to drive around it like effortlessly, but it looked like he's too loose still. Well, wasn't able to put the power down.
In that restart, it just all sort of went wrong for him, and that the 27 got just a good enough restart that he couldn't time to go to the outside. The 27 covered the outside. He tried to go to the middle there, and it sort of got him checked up and allowed Zillow's with a lot of momentum on the bottom to clear.
Take a look right here. You see Brandon Jones, top left of your screen.
He gets in the wall.
Yeah, gonna ride the wall around. That's kind of what's going to start this chain reaction. So then going into 1 and 2, so we're going to see these guys. Jones again, maybe has a tire cut down right there. Checks up. Oh, Honeyman, a little bit of a run. Then Kyle Sieg on the bottom, and you're just kind of along for the ride at this point if you're one of those guys. I think that Jones might have had a flat tire from getting into the wall earlier in that lap.
Definitely, if you hit it twice in 1 lap, that's a pretty good indication that you most likely have a tire going down at that point.
Oh, get on the brakes.
Saw the AMR safety team there. Leland Honeyman Jr. climbing from his car.
It's a big impact.
Kyle Sieg had the window net down. There's Kyle.
That's one of those impacts where, in moments in a wreck where you kind of feel like maybe
it's over.
It's over. You've
Then
lost
it's
enough
not.
speed, and then you have one of the sudden, oh, didn't feel that coming.
Let's go to Kim.
Yeah, Adam Wall calls the shots for the 1700 Motorsports Xfinity Series ride. William Byron behind the wheel.
So we're going to overtime.
Tires than the leader, but these tire cycles, at this point, who has the advantage?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take William every time. I know the 7's been, the 3 of us have really been the 3 best cars all day, so it's cool to see it end up, after everything that happened, the 3 of us to be back up front here at the end.
Williams never won here at his home track. What would it mean to finally get him that win?
Yeah, it'd be huge. I mean, to be at our home track, to have Hendrick 2 miles away, HendrickCars.com, it's a huge weekend for them, so it'd be really big to win this one, yeah.
William Byron in the catbird seat, sitting 3rd for this restart.
Hometown hero William Byron trying to get it done here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And I said this earlier, but think about all the junior motorsports accomplishments there in the top 3. William obviously driving today for HMS, but won a championship for JRM back in 2017. Connor Zillow's such a great young talent, has already won twice in those cars, including earlier this season. By the way, this would be his first win on an oval if he could get it done. You think about what that would mean for him because of how he's been labeled in such a good road racer as we know. And then obviously Justin Allgaier, who's just so special, the reigning champ, and has been a consummate professional for junior motorsports and everything they represent.
The story of Zillow's being able to win after what happened and having to sit out Texas, Larson winning in his car, to be able to come back, win the first week out, your first oval win, it's awesome. Even if he doesn't win, he has had an incredible day.
Creed has fallen back to 6th. So I don't think he'll win now.
The 17 is on tires as well. So if you get clear off it, you got to get going in the restart zone is your only shot here, I think. Yeah, 10-4. Probably good.
I love the confidence. I got this, boys.
You know, for 18 years old, he never seems to blink.
If the 88 can get through the restart zone, as we heard his crew chief saying right there, he's most likely going to win this, because if they get to turns 1 and 2, he's going to have more grip. However, if he can't, and William Byron is behind, I like the position he's in, because then he's going to be in the preferred position off of turn 2.
So let's go back to the last time that Zilich was driving this 88. You referenced it, Jamie. Final lap, in position maybe to get a victory at Talladega. Was shooting out of line, hard impact, injures his back.
This is huge. Watch this wall deflecting when he hits this.
So he doesn't race at Texas. Gets the playoff waiver from NASCAR. He's won a race. He'll be running for a championship in the fall. But we go to Texas, and it's Kyle Larson who drives the car and is able to come from behind and win. So this team feels great about their setup, but I know today Zilich would love to get them 2 in a row, and they would love to see him as the guy they're celebrating with.
He laughed a little bit, because I'm like, was it hard to watch someone else get in your car and win? And he's like, it was, but he's like, if I had to pick one guy that it was going to win, he's like, I felt like Kyle would be the guy that everyone knew was most likely going to win, so that kind of eased that moment a little bit.
Eases the pressure on it. And a good... Oh, got a tire on the loose.
Oh, what the fuck?
Where'd this come from?
Oh, what the
No,
fuck?
Wow. Daniel Dye here.
Daniel Dye just spun around under caution and lost a tire.
This will slow our progress.
Yeah.
What the
he
fuck?
obviously had to have just left pit road right there.
Still going to do the
Can the
choose.
choose?
Yep, there they go.
We are not going racing.
No, we are not.
It's going to take a little while to get Daniel off the track.
By the way, this is going to be, 13th race. This is going to be our 7th overtime finish at 2025.
You know, it kind of feels like it.
Yeah.
The other thing with Connor Zilich on the front row is
Daniel Dye is done.
Sanchez is going to be really aggressive, so he's going to be on like offense and defense right here, having to work with him. I like that position that Byron's in on the inside and just get the best restart you can.
Let's get to those overtime rules. And because we've done it so much this year, everyone should have a memorized.
Lights are back
It is
onto the
2-lap
pace
shootout.
car.
If the caution comes out before the leader takes the white flag, we reset and do it again. But once the leader takes the white flag, next flag ends the race, whether it be the caution or the checkers. And of course, as we found out a couple of times,
It is
this year
kinda
as well,
caution
once
city.
you take that white flag, not only does the next flag end the race, but if you get a caution, it's the leader at the time of caution that determines who wins the event.
Boy, flying around under caution and their wheel falls off.
There it went. Nice playing with you guys today.
I hate it for Daniel Dye, who had been so consistent this year as a rookie driver and entered this race as the first driver below the playoff cut line.
The way he said that on the radio makes me think they probably had an issue that was going wrong. Maybe it's a hub going bad, something like that, a major vibration that they had, maybe knowing that there was only a couple lugs on there. Because he was not surprised.
I'd be glad that happened at 40 miles an hour and not 140 miles an hour.
That's always your fear.
Alright, so getting the one to go this time.
Nick Sanchez has been aggressive on these restarts. This was the last one. Trying to push the 27 on those older tires in front of him. He wanted to go to the outside. It wasn't there. And then makes a hole here between Sheldon and Jemper. He's been aggressive. He's been paying off. Wow.
One win in that race team's history came for Tyler Reddick on 1.5 miles, Texas Motor Speedway.
It's such an interesting position for him to be in, too, because if you go back to Texas, he ended up wrecking, kind of going for the win. And we talked about what a sleepless night that is as a driver. Like, oh, if I could just have those points back. He's kind of in the same position again here, right?
It's like identical, really.
It is, I know. And so you got to wonder, you know, mentally, is he like, I just want to win, I don't care about the rest of it? Or is it, I got to make sure that I don't do the same thing that happened to Texas?
That sounds really good today.
Sounds reasonable.
Right?
Yeah.
But then you get to September and you miss the playoffs by 2
Oh, lights are
You're
back
like,
on.
What was I doing in Texas and Charlotte? When if I just ride and hold my position, I'd be in.
Well, with that, I'm going to go pee.
Some great stories in the top 10. Talked about the top 4. Dean Thompson in the top 5. Could get a career best here today. Sheldon Creed with a wonderful comeback. Josh Williams is up there in the top 10. Sammy Smith has dealt with a lot. Same with Christian Eckes and Jeb Burton. All those drivers in the top 10 here. Saw that tire come off for Daniel Dye. All right, we're ready to do it here. First attempt at overtime.
Justin Allgaier needs the restart of the race at this point, which he's done each and every time. And he needs to hope that that outside lane has something go amiss and possibly can hold those cars up. Because if he can get to where he just has enough clean air, maybe hold them off this lap. But you saw the speed they had on that last restart with those newer tires. This is incredibly tough.
Yeah, and the one thing that's going to be different on this restart than we've had in any of these others at the end is the car on the outside, the 88 of Hunter Phillips, has better tires on it. So I know the outside lane has been at a detriment all day long. The inside's been able to launch better, but that's been on equal tires. Now you put a car with a little bit better tires on the outside. I don't know. It's going to have his work cut out for it. You see how hard Justin Allgaier is working those tires in right now. That's key for the restart, key for your speed through turns 1 and 2. They need every ounce of performance you can extract from those tires if he wants to hold on to the lead.
Coming off turn 4. Pace car will hit the pit lane. And Allgaier will be in charge of the field. It's overtime at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Brought to you by Credit.
Green flag. Byron pushing on the back of Allgaier. Byron gets second. Here comes Byron. Oh! Ryan Sieg almost wrecked. Wow. But he loses all those spots. Coming to the white flag. Oh shit. And Byron passed Allgaier. White flag is in the air. One more time around at Charlotte in Concord, North Carolina. And William Byron is going to win. Oh, caution is out. And William Byron wins at Charlotte. My win pick. Jaden, you're fucking stupid, dude. Jaden, I need you to get a grip on reality. Holy fuck, what the happened here?
They hurt you.
Oh shit.
Ooh, Brennan Poole, big damage.
Brennan Poole.
I think this all happened in the middle of 3 and 4. It's so unfortunate for Jeb. We talked about they had managed this race so well today. They tear a car up and not get the points that we
Jeb Burton too. What happened here?
For William Byron. Second win this season for the 17 team. And how great is it for a driver from Charlotte to win at Charlotte Motor Speedway, 2 miles from the race shop? He put it all on the line right here coming to the white flag.
Yeah, I mean, look at the speed difference. And Allgaier did everything he could. Was going to try to.
What happened at like the end of that lap?
It's just 30 lap different tires at Charlotte. It's huge. There was no way he was going to hold on. You can just see the grip level difference.
I want to see that wreck.
The 17 shot around the outside. Just so much more grip available to him on those newer tires. It was pretty impressive what Allgaier did in turn 1 on that restart, though.
You know what, Jaden? I'm not even dealing with your fucking stupidity. I'm like, seriously. I don't even want you, like, spreading false fucking, like, confusion in my streams.
The 17 car has been outstanding.
So it was about a 1 and 6 second green flag run to end the race.
Results unofficial right now, but Allgaier showing 4th. Sammy Smith showing 5th. That'd be 3 junior motorsports cars inside the top 5. Dean Thompson showing 6th. And if
William Byron, your winner today at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
his first ever
That's awesome. You gotta love it. He's talking to us about how much he wants that so badly.
Here's Dylan.
As the crew comes in to celebrate 5th career Xfinity Series win for William Byron, and finally gets one at his home racetrack here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Had the tire advantage there at the end, but this race car was on rails all day. Well, when you had that penalty and had to go all the way to the back, how confident were you that you were going to be able to drive this thing back to the front and ultimately end up here at the end of the day?
I was somewhat confident. I felt like if we got some yellows would be good, but man, it didn't work out the way we thought it did. So just had a lot of green flag running and couldn't really get back to the front. But man, it feels awesome to win. It's my home track. God, it feels really good. Restart merchant there at the end, so it's fun to be back in victory lane. I feel like I haven't won in a while, so just appreciate all these guys at HendrickCars.com, Mr. Hendrick, Brian Johnson, Daryl Jackson, Mrs. Hendrick, and just it was a lot of fun.
You did have a tire advantage on Allgaier there at the end, but not necessarily over the other guys around you. But how did you use those restarts and kind of size everybody up there on the multiple attempts to ultimately get what you needed?
Yeah, I just needed, I feel like, to get to the front couple rows, I guess, and I wasn't able to get there till the last one. I was able to, Justin got a good restart, I was able to push him and get clear of the 88, and then had some clean air on the nose. So, yeah, just kind of a crazy end of the race. Appreciate all the fans coming out. It was a fun race for me.
Congratulations. William Byron gets the Charlotte race weekend started off right with a win in the Xfinity Series.
Boy, wild day here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Byron saved his best for last, getting it done in overtime. Now we go back and look at the caution. What happened to bring out the caution on that final lap?
You saw Jeff Burton going up as Brennan pulls the outside there. They get together. Hard hit for Brennan.
Yeah, just looking at that, it's almost like Jeff didn't know that Brennan was to his outside coming to the checkered flag.
And Brennan had a high rate of speed there, difference compared to Jeff, so I think it's just sort of they close at the same spot at the same time. Sort of the risk and the chances you'll take on the last lap, trying to get every position.
Last win for William Byron when he celebrated a championship back in 2017, or in his championship season, I should say. But that 17 car continues to deliver in 2025. What an effort and a thrilling finish at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And Chevrolet is now on 11 of 13 races this season.
All right, y'all.
What causes a curve? Is it Peyronie's disease or somebody I can talk
I'm going to end this shit right here.
I got somebody for that.
Congrats to William Byron. Tomorrow will be the huge day. I will be doing my first ever stream on Kick tomorrow at 8:45 for the F1 race at Monaco. I will be live for my I'll be live on YouTube at noon for the Indy 500, and I'll be live at 5:45, 5:50, something like that for the Coke 600. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and peace out.